Sky's View. What's up, boys?
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
What's up?
Who we got here? Look at these beautiful boys. We got old Blake Renshaw in the studio.
Dude, I had no idea that you said the Sky's View thing. I thought that was part of the recording.
Oh, no.
When you showed it to me.
I'm just beautiful like that. I slide it in every once in a while. And then we got old Denton over here.
Greetings, Earthlings.
He's back. he's on the other side of the desk today.
It feels good over here.
And then,
I don't have to mind my P's and Q's as much on this side. I don't feel like.
No, you're ready to get down over there.
Yeah.
Then look at this ugly little boy.
What's up?
You got old Andrew Bushhog Nelson over here.
That's right.
How it goes? How you been?
Oh man, excellent. Been great.
Is your nickname really Bushhog?
Dude, I got way too many nicknames. It's crazy.
How did you get the Bushhog again?
I honestly don't know, but
I'm the one. Somebody
yeah.
told me one time. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's old Bushhog." I was like, "Bushhog?" I was like, "That's what I'm calling him from now on."
Me too.
And I've called him it for a long time. Did you work at like the mines or something?
And he used to,
and you ran a Bushhog.
Yeah, I did something.
Okay.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. That's where it came from. He used to drive a Bushhog, and
whoever made that name was really creative.
You know? I was.
Yeah.
I was. Who knows? But there's only like Blake always calls me Bushhog, and then a few other people. But then I go. There's so many nicknames. It's crazy.
I like Bushhog. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It makes me feel like he's gonna fight. Andy Bushhog Nelson.
Yeah, and he's a big man. You know what I mean? So like he's a big old Bushhog.
I just figured it's because he cut a wide path everywhere he went.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. He's a beautiful.
That works.
I like it. All right, dude. So here we go. Episode 2. Technically, we've had a couple scrappers come
This
through
one
here.
may end up being a scrapper.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hopefully we just have like 40 hours of unusable content through this bad boy. But yeah, so this one, folks, is going to be really weird. Just going to let you know. We're going to get into some real strange stuff today. Especially since Blake's in here and Denton. I mean, that's why they're two over there on the same side, because they
are the weirdest too.
Yeah, they get pretty gnarly with that
weird stuff.
So let's just start it off hot, dude. What do you guys think about this 180 days of...
I think it's about time.
They have, yeah. So the sense of it is that now anything that has happened prior and up to now, they have 180 days to release footage of UFOs.
They have to reveal everything that they have. They have to tell us about it.
Yeah.
Well, let's tell the listeners what the 180 days means.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, essentially, Congress has given the intelligence community 180 days, which we're down to probably 170-something days now. I think mid-June's the deadline to release everything they know.
Yeah, that's the way I took it.
Or at least turn in a report.
And it was even, what I read was
just the Pentagon, though.
No, it was, I saw other agencies as well.
It's the entire intelligence community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of everything they know on what they're calling UAPs, or for those of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, UFOs.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time.
I'm very surprised that this is happening. I'll just be honest with you. I mean, I agree it's about time, but I never thought in a million years that this would even be a remote subject to talk about.
I mean, at some point, though, like, it has to happen. And, with everything that's going on, like, they're probably thinking, like, hell, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's and I think part of it is, like, there's enough of other distraction.
Yeah, for sure.
To where it's not like a huge, like, if nothing's going on and they're like,
we're
gonna tell people about UFOs now, but now we've got
70 things going
COVID
on.
and a new president and riots and shit, and they're just like, hey, we're gonna
Might
tell you guys
lessen the
about
blow.
aliens now.
Yeah, it'd probably lessen the blow,
you know
honestly.
what I mean?
Or they're preparing us for something.
That's what I'm
Could
saying.
be.
I mean, I think it's a weird timing that this 180 days bill comes out, and then who knows if that guy was crazy or not, but the commander in Israel that came out and said that he was in contact with the Galactic Federation, and so was Trump, and like all this. Sounds crazy, but I could totally see it.
Do you think they will turn in everything they know, or do you
Absolutely
think they'll
No, we
release
don't.
it in pieces?
No.
They won't. They
They're
won't release any of
gonna,
it.
They're not gonna tell us shit.
No.
They're
There won't
gonna
be any of the
they're
good
gonna
stuff.
they're gonna tell us some random shit, and then they're just gonna leave out all the.
Do you think we'll end up with
Great
any
shit.
more of the gimbal style videos? Do you think we'll get any videos from the military?
I mean, they'll have to release some video, right? Because
Yeah.
they can't just like write a report and be like, oh, this is everything we have. Like, come on.
Yeah.
They
But
know
I think
that
it'll definitely be
people know.
watered down big time.
Oh yeah.
Um,
If it's a 50-minute video, we'll get 4 minutes of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It won't be the best parts.
Do we have a phone Bluetooth to this in case we need to make a call? Out
Yeah.
of curiosity. My cousin lives in Massachusetts, and he's in town. Stopped in to get some food. We may have to call him later. He was telling me about some colonel or something that I didn't even hear this. And usually, this is the kind of stuff that ends up on my radar.
Yeah.
That some colonel is saying that we actually have a craft from a different world.
Really?
I have heard that we have what they're calling meta materials, like pieces of a craft that we can't explain what this stuff's made of. I didn't know we actually had an entire craft, but then that would bring us into Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
I think before we get too deep into the wormhole, Andy, flip that switch for me, buddy. Let's really turn this thing on.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I feel like we're
Shit.
actually in space.
Oh, there we go.
Can we talk? Can we talk about how they just threw that shit into the stimulus bill package, the whole page? Like,
Yeah, that's
we're gonna throw you guys $600, and on top of that, we'll throw some aliens in.
and we're gonna tell you about aliens.
you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
There
by
you
the way,
go.
we
Like I
have
said, like a
aliens.
distraction. Like,
Yeah.
you guys want money? Maybe 2,000, maybe 2,000. No, 600, whatever. Oh, and also, yeah, we'll tell you about aliens. Yeah,
We're just gonna give you 600 and then a little bonus with those some aliens in on it too.
yeah.
Like,
Like,
you know
what?
what?
fuck you guys.
If I had my choice between $600 or UFO disclosure, I know what my choice
Oh,
would be.
100%. If I had my choice between 2,000 and UFO disclosure,
Yeah.
you know what it is.
Oh, I would take UFOs over like 10 grand.
Yeah,
honestly.
I want to know everything though.
Not just
Yeah.
little, chunks and pieces. I
want
want
the
the
good
full
stuff.
fledged.
Yeah, no.
I
I'm
want the
talking
shit,
about like everything.
I want the aliens that are like eating people actually, and like the craziness, or like reptilian stuff. Like I want that
Yeah,
crazy
if
stuff.
just or at least tell me if that's bullshit, but there is this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
You know, how you
whatever,
talk about
just-
lizard people. Nah, that's not lizards. They're actually like these crazy or
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
like,
draft people.
tell me, yeah. Tell me what it really is.
I was really hoping that this light that I purchased was going to be like brighter. It actually looks pretty cool on my end, but I feel like
It's pretty awesome where I'm sitting.
is it making you more into the moment?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
love it.
it doesn't take much though.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I wish you could see the moon a little bit better though, back behind
You
you.
can kind of see it behind
Oh
my head a little
fuck!
bit.
I just now noticed that.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
about
thing's pretty
that.
neat.
I
Thank
still
you,
can't see
thank
it.
you, Jeff Bezos.
Hey, he got passed
Speaking of that, I
up.
was getting ready to say, yeah, he's not the richest man in
Elon
the world
Musk
anymore.
passed
Really?
him up with the
Yeah.
richest man.
Wow,
Finally.
how much more?
I don't know that.
Probably
I
just-
don't know. I mean,
just
they're
seen, yeah.
they're both like over 150 billion.
What
so
was
it's
it?
like
Somebody
what,
said
does
the
it
other
even
day.
matter past that? Like,
Who was it that said the other day? You are more likely to be a millionaire than Jeff Bezos can be.
Closer to being a millionaire.
Closer
than
to
Jeff
being a
Bezos is.
yeah, 100%.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
I'm closer to being 100 millionaire than Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, 100%.
What's funny is like I seen a tweet. Someone's like, they're like Elon Musk passed Jeff Bezos for the, and Elon Musk tweeted like, whatever, let's get back to work or something, like
Yeah.
let's get back to the grind. Well, I don't know what he said, but it was
He didn't
funny,
even care.
No,
Well, good.
no, because I mean, what? Oh, so I had 120 billion. Now I have 150 billion.
Yeah.
Like,
Now I can finally make those rocket ships. You know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, he ain't waiting on nothing. He's doing what he needs to do.
yeah.
Well, I for one am thrilled to hear that a guy who is trying to get us to Mars and trying to solve real human problems is the richest person
Yeah, I agree
on
with
the
that.
planet.
That's huge.
And
pretty
he's
crazy.
got common sense and a lot of things he brings up. I love it.
Well, and when you listen to him talk, it feels like his drive is like to advance us,
Yeah.
to make human beings better
Yes.
or survive long or whatever it is.
Or whatever
And,
he
and
is.
if you listen to Bezos, which hey, do your own thing, but like he wants to. He literally has said it. He wants to sell everybody everything. He's here. He wants to make more money.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and he's a weirdo, dude. I mean, have you just seen pictures of him? He literally looks like he's covered in hand sanitizer.
Which
at all.
one?
He's just like hairless and slimy. Like
dude,
I just don't get it.
Time out. Which one are you
he's an
talking
alien.
about?
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
So is
Elon Musk
kind of weird himself.
I mean, he
dude.
looks
Like,
more human.
Well, yeah, but he's
Jeff Bezos literally looks like he fell in like a
Look,
vat of acid.
looks,
that eats
but
hair.
Elon Musk is kind of
I think he
like
seems
a robot
weird
himself.
because I think he's way smarter than every other person on this planet.
Oh, physically, yeah.
I think he's like I feel like he's like the Da Vinci of our time, like the Einstein of our time, like somebody that sees things way in front of him.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
The smarter you are, the weirder you seem to normal people.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He seems weird because we're just dumb.
Yeah, he seems weird because we just don't have a clue what
True.
the fuck he's talking about. I mean, especially like when he was on Rogan and he talked about like AI, like integrating and like we should be more scared of AI than anything. Like I about shit my pants when he was talking about because I don't want somebody that smart telling me something that scary.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You don't ever want that
because like if he's thinking about it, you're like, oh,
yeah, maybe I should.
that's what I need to be.
Maybe I
thinking
should
about,
buy a
probably.
bunker.
Yeah. At least dig a basement.
Hey, Elon, if you're listening and you want to make more money, I'd buy a flamethrower if you made more of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish he made more of those.
Speaking of flamethrower, you know why he started making those flamethrowers?
why?
It's a true story. I seen this on a YouTube video, him saying it. You guys seen the movie Spaceballs?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that movie.
you know, whenever it wasn't Yoda, but they called him Yogurt.
Yeah, the Schwartz.
So he's like, we got lunch boxes, we got this, we got that, and he's like, and we even have flamethrowers, merchandising. That was like a running joke, and he was like, well, we should just make the flamethrowers,
Wow.
and he got that from the movie Spaceballs.
And didn't he coined them as not a flamethrower though, right? Weren't they a barbecue
It was
grill?
because you couldn't. He said you couldn't ship it as a flamethrower.
So he had to change cigarette lighter.
No. So he just named it not a flamethrower, and you can ship it.
You're shitting me.
No, yeah,
That's our government at work for
Yeah,
us.
exactly. So that's
were literally called
it's like he's like literally like spitting in their face, like, oh, I can't ship it if it's a flamethrower. Okay, well, it's called not a flamethrower.
Shit, you got us.
Yeah, and they're like, fuck, it's legal now, I guess. All right.
Damn you smart son of a bitch.
Did you guys just get a text from Jordan Knight out of curiosity?
Where's my phone?
He just sent me a link and it says a Harvard professor says an alien visited in 2017 and more are coming.
No, I didn't.
New York Post.
Is that a New York Post?
I think I saw something about that today, and I didn't click on it because
Yeah.
because almost all
He
the
didn't
things that show up on anything of mine is something about an alien and somebody saying about it.
Yeah.
If they're gonna show up, now is the best time. We've lost our minds.
Yeah, we're super distracted now.
We don't know what we're doing. If they're gonna come and save us, now's the time to save us.
I don't
And
think-
frankly, if they're gonna come and wipe us out, now's the time to wipe us out.
I mean, I honestly don't think that we are even remotely close to being like worthy.
No.
Honestly.
I don't think that they would come to wipe us out though. I think that anything that intelligent,
It'd be a waste of their time, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's not what they're here to do. That's not like the Independence Day, like, oh, this alien civilization comes around and just wipes out planets and uses up their resources. Like, if you become intelligent enough to go to a different star, like, is war your reason why? Like, no,
Yeah,
no,
that
no,
doesn't make
no.
sense.
That's primitive. That's caveman shit. Is war like?
But what if it's the case of you getting a vehicle at 16 and all you want to do is burn tires, and ramp it and shit? What if that's a possibility of alien races as well? Like,
You
just got my new spaceship. I'm finally Quarglogs old, and it's time to go. It's time to go out and
Okay.
bullshit
All right.
in the
Fair
universe.
enough.
I'm
enough.
gonna go cut a donut in Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
there's
what if
always
that is?
one. There's always
Yeah.
one bad apple, dude. It don't
Oh,
matter.
yeah.
They're wanting to destroy
Yeah, that's
everything.
true. And maybe they look at us like the same way we look at ants. Like, we go out and do a donut in a field, and destroy that. Like,
Oh, yeah, I
maybe
mean-
we're that stupid to them. Like, who cares?
Think how wild our vehicles are compared to like an anthill in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole civilization as
I don't
well.
I've put a lot of thought into this over the years, and I keep coming back to if there is an alien civilization out there that has the technology to make it to Earth, then they must have lasted a lot longer as a civilization than what we've existed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we're going to last that long, we've got to quit the bickering and the fighting and the war and yada, yada, yada. So if they've lasted that long, I'd say they're kind of over the planetary squabbles in their race.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
hope.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd say they're done fighting with each other. They probably started out that way and realized this is stupid. We can get so much more accomplished if we all put all of our heads together, or maybe they don't even have heads.
Yeah.
But
if we put our tour clocks together.
Yeah.
if they've made it here, I'd say their wartime days are probably over.
I mean, I would think so. But at the same time, you would think ours was too.
I don't know. I think evil's always going to just outweigh everything, dude. There's always going to be somebody that's ready to.
That wants power.
Yeah. That's what they're. I mean,
I think
know.
that's. I don't know. I think, but I feel like if you figure out like light speed travel or warp drive travel to where you can go anywhere, if you become that smart, everything changes for everybody. Like
Yeah.
Like you realize how small the whole planet is, let alone what you think about yourself or what he thinks about me or what you think about me or what I think about you. You realize that really doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. Like
narcissism would be gone.
Yeah, ego death basically.
Oh, I mean,
would happen, and it would make people would finally realize that if we all work together and we all help each other out, then life is not only better for me and you, but for everybody.
Yeah.
But
and the scary thing is, you know, like the knowledge of light speed and the knowledge of all these things that we've been searching for a long time. What if that's literally the knowledge of them knowing how to eat?
Right.
Well, you know what I mean?
Like, what if that's nothing?
That was never a hill that they had to come over at any point in time. You know, they're something that we're not even remotely thinking about is what they're trying to find.
Yeah.
Like we would never even be able to fathom it. Like almost like astral projection. Like that's what they're trying to figure out how to do. Like how to literally not even be in a physical ship. They could physically just end up here and still be on their planet. You know what I mean? Like that's their light speed to us kind of thing. It's scary to think that.
Yeah, it is.
Because we're that, I mean.
Well, if you think about like what is the difference between like an ape's DNA and human DNA? It's
less than 1%.
Yeah, it's almost nothing. Okay, and like the smartest ape ever like has learned like 100 sign language.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they can do. That's their smartest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, like our smartest thing,
Elon.
Yeah, he's
can't landing a rocket.
Yeah, exactly. He can't figure out light speed travel or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if something is 1%, 0.5%, 2% different than our DNA?
More.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better, smarter, or 50.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Okay. Then it would be like what is that difference? You know what I mean? They would look at us like our smartest person, like, dude, this guy, look at what he can do, and they'd be like, yeah, my baby does that at fucking 2 years old. Like, what do you mean?
It's crazy.
Some people say, and I've heard them say it, that if they're that advanced, we may even not know what we're seeing. It would almost appear like magic to us.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
They could be in this room and we just don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it happens a lot more than you think. Honestly, stuff like that, like ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, would that not explain ghosts? Maybe
It could.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, is there not like there's probably a scientific, like, equation to ghosts. If you think of it in a sense, like if you think of it like astral projection and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it might not be loved ones and all that shit, but it might be like legitimate other things.
Something from maybe another dimension. How do we know?
Exactly.
We don't know. You know what I mean? Where our arrogance as people, because what we see and what we know, like we're the top of the food chain, we're the smartest beings on this planet. But that's just from what we can see.
Well, and in 180 days, I feel like our food chain is about to fucking change real fast.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I would love for
We'll
people to
see.
realize that their opinion doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
Like that would when people start getting grounded, like especially the people that think they're really high on the totem pole of human civilization, like whatever. I'm not gonna start naming shit, but in governments and celebrities and all that bullshit, when they fucking realize that they're on the same goddamn playing field as everybody else, and we've got things that are way higher than us now. I feel like humanity itself is probably gonna realize like maybe we need to look back into the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
It would bring them back down to earth.
I would hope. Or it would take them up into space.
Take 'em up into space. Fucking worry about it.
I had me numb.
Couldn't feel anything.
Oh, man. I mean, it's just, there's so many things that could go from that, too. It's scary to think of the options because it's infinite. It's literally an infinite number of whatever you want when it comes to different species and.
Yeah, as far as the vastness of the
Yeah.
universe,
I tell you what would
creepy.
be really sad to me is if there really is a ton of civilizations out there everywhere, and our scientists really do have it right, and that you can't possibly travel faster than the speed of light. If that's the case, it would take us tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years to reach another alien civilization.
So you're
That would
saying,
They only
would be a
think that
bummer.
because they don't think we can manipulate gravity.
yeah, once you can
Right, that's what I'm
manipulate
saying.
space and time,
If
Yeah,
if
they
they're
could-
right, it would be really sad.
Yeah.
because that means that we would never ever see anything in our lifetime
But to me,
physically.
it
No way.
doesn't explain any of the stuff that these high-level military people have seen and recorded. I don't know. I feel like there's way too much evidence
Yeah.
pointing towards the fact that
Well, and when you start getting these high-ranking commanding officers on their deathbeds, and you get these NASA like scientists and all this shit like coming out like right before they die and all this craziness, like, yeah, I get it. I mean, obviously, it's your last 15 minutes of fame, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of those motherfuckers are trying to get something off their chest. Do you know how
Yeah.
fucking hard that would be for 25 years you work at NASA and you knew that fucking Venus is covered in a different species and they've been here 1,000 times and you can't even tell your wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
And some people are going to say, well, those are, I know a lot of buddies that would do that kind of shit. Like, I'm on my deathbed, I'm going to do one last prank and just make up some outlandish story. That I can see happening. But these people who have spent their entire lives, like David Fravor, for instance, in the military, and he's not waiting until his deathbed.
Yeah.
He's come out now when his reputation's still in line,
Yeah.
saying, yeah, here's what I saw. I don't know what it was. Nobody else knows what it was. I'm not saying it's aliens. I'm just saying that.
That it's nothing that we've seen, and it's nothing we can do. I promise you that. Yeah.
So those are the stories I tend to believe more than the deathbed confessions.
I agree.
Not saying that I don't believe some of those deathbed confessions. It's just it's easy for naysayers out there to be like, they're just pulling a prank on everybody right before they die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Or
sure.
wanted to be famous or whatever.
I feel like it'd be hard to, on your deathbed, be able to make complete coherent sentences that have all those ridiculous details and like math equations like that. I can't remember the name of that guy, but he was like something to do with like one of the top NASA scientists, and he was there for like 35 years, and he was like 87 or something crazy, and he was damn near dementia and all this shit, but he was like spitting out all this crazy facts. It's like he didn't even know his daughter's name 15 minutes ago, but he's had this shit in the back of his head for a long fucking time, and he has, and that's how he can spit out like 85th power to this is how we lift gravity, and you know what I mean? It's like, okay, there's something weird here. Like, you're not going to not know your daughter's name, but you know all this shit. You didn't make that up. You didn't just
That
hit
would have been being planned for a long, long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's been wanting to dump that shit out, which I'll have to look that up afterwards. But I can't remember what that was. I remember they were talking about that on fucking InfoWars, I think. fucking Alex Jones, fucking goddamn, I'm a little bit retarded.
They're putting chemicals in the water that are turning the frickin' frogs gay.
That was the weirdest fucking thing. You know what's crazy though? Didn't they like legitimately prove that though?
Oh yeah,
Dude.
yeah, he was right actually.
I know.
That's the crazy thing. Like you hear some of the shit that he would say, and you'd be like, man, this guy. Where did he even come up with this?
He just
And
has
it
a
would be-
very uncouth way of relaying the information to us.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
he says it's so fucking like monotoned and just like simple. He's like, oh, in 1984, my dad told me that they had fucking sprayers going over the fields that were fucking spraying all this acid on people. You know, it's like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about, dude? Pump the fucking brakes. You know, I feel like that's how Jade talks.
My favorite
Sometimes.
Alex Jones video is when
Oh,
he
yeah.
was on. Oh my gosh, the guy had a talk show. He's from Britain. Piers Morgan.
I haven't heard that.
I don't know if
Oh,
I've seen
he
this one,
flipped
dude.
out on Piers Morgan.
Really?
1776 will rise again if you try to take our guns away.
Oh shit!
God.
Oh, he flipped out on him.
That's a whole nother fucking can of worms that we could open up. Jesus Christ, man.
That's some shit I don't even want to get into.
Dude, I mean,
That shit just.
my whole life, my whole physical 28 years of life, I thought that if you walked remotely close to the Capitol, you're fucking dead. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
I thought.
But yet we
I wouldn't have been fucking with that.
I mean, but yet thousands of people are just taking shits on the fucking steps
just
and
plowing
breaking
through.
windows.
Well, I'll tell you what's crazy. If you took this blank piece of paper right now and you numbered it 1 through 100, and we just started listing all of our earthly problems,
Yeah.
homelessness, renewable energy,
Hunger.
blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And the second you say, oh, yeah, we have physical evidence and we are 100% certain that not only are we not the only civilization in the galaxy, but it's teeming with it. All that stuff
It disappears.
would go to the back burner.
Yeah.
We
Because that's a when it comes to the government shit and it comes to the renewable energies and all that, obviously the renewable energy and all that's more important than the race and blah, 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 the earthly things. But when you start throwing galactic problems in, I mean, it takes a complete and utter shit on anything that we think is real.
Well, it's a threat that we don't know what it is.
And
You
we
know what I
never
mean?
will
We
never be able
wouldn't
to
be able to
prepared.
understand it yet.
I'm hoping that in the event of that we do see a full disclosure from the government, which I don't think is going to be a single event. I think they're slowly going to feed us morsels. It'll be a process and not one. President Biden's not going to come out and say there's aliens.
Could you imagine?
That's why they wouldn't let Trump do it, because that's exactly how he would have said it.
I think that's
We've got aliens. They're fucking everywhere,
Hey, they're
and
huge.
you
They're
better go
huge.
get in your goddamn bunker.
We've got a lot of aliens. They're
They
huge.
love me though. I've been talking to them.
They forget
love
about
me.
China.
We have a million aliens. They're awesome. They're huge.
They're not going to let any of those dumb
I think it'll
know
be
shit.
No.
process. We're going to get bits and pieces of it, and I don't know. I would be much happier if at the end of all this, when full disclosure's done, and pretty well everybody on the planet's like, oh yeah, aliens are real. I don't know unless we say, and some of them are coming to screw us up. I don't even know if that'll be enough to get everybody to quit acting like idiots.
Yeah.
And
It's almost far too gone now. Really, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This whole fucking year. I mean,
if they're all friendly, then everybody's like, oh, then we can still keep acting like idiots then.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if we're like, hey, we have reason to believe that there's some headed this way and they may be coming to wipe us out, we need to band together and we need to start figuring some shit out. I think that's the only thing.
I think we've
that's
already.
gonna
If
save
that
us.
happens, I think we've already ran out of time.
I don't know. We have the Space Force now.
Oh shit! You're right. We
United
just have
States Space Force.
Isn't that weird? Have we heard any space? Have we heard anything more about Space Force besides seeing their jumpsuits? I remember seeing
they have a
pictures.
flag. They also have a flag.
Oh, they do. That's all I heard.
Trump started this.
Oh yeah, it's his. It's
gonna be
his
huge.
pride and joy. It's huge. I don't. What did it? I mean, what was the purpose? Did they say it was literally police for space?
Do you remember how he announced it too? It
Yeah,
was
it
so
was-
nonchalant.
Yeah. Hey, we're making a space force.
Yeah, I said the
It's
other
a
day,
whole
we need-
other branch of the military.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not like a little
like
thing.
you can,
like
you can
like-
physically
like-
sign up for it
Yeah.
on a sheet now.
Yeah, no shit. Like, are you going to the Marines? No, I think it's sign up for Space Force, bro. Yeah.
Just graduated high school, going to Space Force, bro.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Netflix Space Force
No, I didn't.
with Steve Carell?
I started it.
I didn't watch it.
It's hilarious. It's
Is
so
it?
good. Yeah, Steve Carell is like, he's one of the head like ranking military officials, and they make Space Force, and they're going through like the list of all 25, Air Force, Marines, Navy, and they're trying to figure out who's like the most qualified to run Space Force. I mean, it's legit. Like, they even have like some actual government officials in the show. It's pretty
no
crazy.
kidding?
Yeah, it's really good. And they ended up picking his character, Steve Carell, and he's like, all right, this is how we're gonna do it. And they're like going to Mars, and like they train like a monkey to go to Mars, and then the monkey ends up fucking up, and then there's like a dog in the ship with him to keep him company.
So
It's a
did
shit
this
show.
come out like before?
After.
As after,
This is after. Okay, so this is making fun of the fact
Yes.
that we have a Space Force.
oh,
okay. All right.
very hardly
Which
making
irks
fun
me.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
it's funny though. It's a good way to kind of like. I mean, it's
Soften the blow.
fucking goofy.
Right.
Are you shitting me? You're gonna fucking make like Galactic Police, like for real? You're gonna make it serious? You're gonna call them fucking Space Force?
I
Like,
know.
what are we, Power Rangers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come up with a cooler name, dude.
Yeah, you would think.
You
And
could
what are we
call it,
gonna
like-
do?
Yeah. I mean, you have the FBI.
That'd be
FBI
like-
sounds pretty fucking official. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, we
Federal
have-
Bureau of Investigation, not Space Force.
They can't even.
We
do
have
their
the
fucking
Air
job
Force.
half the time.
We have the Space Force. That'd be like calling the Navy the Water Force and the Marines the Land Force.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And five come together, and we have Planet Force, Captain Planet, fucking saving everybody from recycling. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? So goofy. I would love to know what they're doing with it, though, because they probably have to announce that shit. Like, hey, by the way, we spent $2 billion. It's called Space Force. Anyways, we're gonna,
Yeah.
you know, what I
Yeah.
mean? They're doing something with it. You're not gonna make a whole branch of the military and
You
just
know
be
what I
like,
hope they're doing?
what?
I hope they're putting Elon to work.
I think I think they're like kind of going back and forth with each other, right? Isn't NASA and his thing like kind of battling? They're not really working together, right?
Hey,
I'm
that's fine. A little competition will speed things up a little bit.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why he was doing what he's been doing.
Well, I know they contract him
Oh, really?
and his rockets. Yeah.
Which is
Because it's cheaper for them to just pay him to do something
Mhm.
because he's ready to go. Like, he's got his ship here. Like, hey, can you send this payload up to the space station? And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah,
and he
sure.
can now.
No problem. Just set it on top. We'll have it there next week.
Well, the government.
You know what I mean?
the
And they're
government-
like, and if the government, like, yeah, if the government's going to do it, they're like, oh, well, it'll be like 2 years before we get there. We got to write a plan out. We got to fuck around for at least 6 months.
It's
Like,
$40
and
billion.
the boosters, we're going to let them just crash in the ocean.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy figures out how to land them and reuse them.
Yeah.
That's
When
the
it's
craziest
It's
thing.
his money, not our money.
Exactly.
Funding it all.
Yeah.
The video of those boosters coming back down and landing, I swear to God, I thought I was watching it in reverse.
I jumped up and cheered
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
when I
crazy.
seen those things land.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
It is amazing.
The second version blew up though, right? Didn't one of them blow up?
Oh, dude, he blew up like 20 of them trying it.
That's what I thought. I knew that there was one recently that blew up.
I'm pretty sure. Did the Falcon Heavy blow up here?
I think
Or no,
that's-
it wasn't that Falcon Heavy. It was the what they're calling the something Dragon that was supposed to be able to take like.
Oh, it was the one that it was a test for the people. Like
Yeah.
to send people.
Yeah,
up.
there's gonna be
Oh, and that
astronauts
one
in it.
blew up.
Boom.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's a
No,
that's a
that's
bad investment right there. People
Yeah.
are probably like, "Fuck!" I just
Yeah.
put thousands into fucking Tesla, and now that was our fucking golden ticket right there. We can take them to space, and now that son of a bitch is gone.
God
Tesla,
bless
Tesla
that
stock
man.
actually closed at an all-time high today. By the way,
Is that how much?
it's not affiliated with SpaceX in any way whatsoever. That's why Elon
Hey,
Musk is the richest man in the world.
Hold your mug up this camera. Let's see your mug here.
Yeah, do it to this
which
one.
one is it?
This one right there. Aliens.
Oh yeah, Giorgio.
It's a beautiful mug.
Yeah. If you know anything about aliens, you know who Giorgio Tsoukalos is.
Of course.
Where did you get that mug? Is that a Spencer's? I feel like that's Spencer's.
No. This is an internet buy.
Oh.
Like I said, one of those things like popped up.
Yeah.
Because
Gotta
everything
have
that pops up has something to do with aliens for me on an ad or something.
Like a Facebook
So I was
ad
like,
or
holy
something?
shit, is that a coffee mug with Giorgio's face on it?
And it's not
I'll
just
take it. I don't care what. Yeah, just give it to me.
that's cartoon version of him too. It makes it even better.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
it's like a fucking caricature almost.
Well, and he's got his hands up like when he's
Oh
talking.
yeah,
how he
it's
just is
the
always
legit
just
meme.
going like this.
Yeah, check out this picture, folks. That is Giorgio in the flesh. And that says to Denton, galactically yours, by the way. And he signed it. I mean, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Soon, Denton has his picture with this man, actually. and we'll have it framed in the studio here soon. We're waiting. It takes almost 14 light years for that picture to print, so we're waiting for that to get made. How was that, by the way?
Well,
Can we get into that?
He was supposed to have Eric Von Daniken with him.
Chariot to the gods.
Yeah. I was sitting out on the lot on Expressway one afternoon, actually, just looking it up on my phone, and he was on tour, like, giving lectures. And Justin Kozakowski was sitting in the golf cart next to him. I was like, man, Georgios Tsoukalos and Eric Von Daniken are going to be in St. Louis in, like, 3 weeks. You want to go watch him? He's like, who the hell's that? Said explain who they were.
So then I whipped his ass.
Yeah.
Well, he's the easiest guy in the world to explain. Have you ever seen Ancient Aliens? Well, yeah. You know the guy with the crazy hair? Well, sure. The meme guy? Yeah. Well, so he's like, sure, I'll go watch him. So we paid an extra, I think it was like extra $30 each to drink with him an hour before the show, and only like 20, 25 people done that.
Oh.
Which was...
What did he drink? Do you remember? Because I feel like he would have to drink.
I don't know.
Strange.
It was a mixed drink. It was for sure a mixed drink because he had like a little rocks glass or something in it.
I feel like Giorgio only drinks Hennessy. I don't know why, but that's
I
just what comes
had
to my
like a
mind.
feeling of like
that's the only thing
Midori.
he's drinking.
Isn't that the shit that's like really like glittery?
Midori is a melon liqueur.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. What's the shit that
Goldschlager that has the gold flakes in it?
Goldschlager?
No, there's
I
one
ain't
that's like
drinking Goldschlager.
no. There's one that was like
No
green.
way.
There's one that was like green, and it looked like it was like damn near sludge. Scooter used to drink them all the time.
Oh, God.
Oh, no,
Hypno.
that's
Tell
Is it Hypno?
no, that's Hennessy and Hypnotic.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's
Incredible
the
Hulk.
Incredible
Incredible.
Hulks.
Yeah, I
He
feel
ain't
like
drinking those either.
No.
I promise.
It's a bad day.
What was weird about that whole event, though, we go to St. Louis to listen to him, and the night before is whenever all those sightings happened, in somewhere like around Lebanon, Illinois, like a bunch of police departments seen this UFO, and George Norrie was at the show. And I got my picture taken with George Norrie too, which for those of you who don't know, he was the host of Coast to Coast AM.
he was the one that got the call in from the guy that was erratic that said he came from Area 51 and they were going to kill him.
Yeah.
That was the I honestly, I think that phone call made me really into aliens back when I was a kid because it's on one of Tool's albums. It's the last song on, I think, Undertow of Tool.
Didn't they lose the guy? Like the line got cut?
Yeah, and he's gone. No one's ever found him ever again. Like legitimately, like they.
No,
He
is
said
that
his
true?
yeah, swear to God. He said his name and everything on there, and that dude is MIA, no social
wiped-
security number,
Like wiped
nothing.
off the face of the earth.
Physically wiped. Yeah, it's crazy as shit.
But
There's an actual.
was there people that knew him, or could it be a total hoax? Like they just made up a name.
Supposedly there was neighbors that called in and like said that he lived in Arizona, like right around him, and like there was like there's actually a documentary. I'm gonna slaughter this. I can't remember the name of it, but it's on Amazon Prime, and I watched it. It's only like 20 or 30 minutes. It's like an episode on some documentary.
Like on Hangar 8 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember, but I can't remember that dude's name now. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like he supposedly fucking worked there and they were tracing his phone call. This was like in what, 96?
Oh, I don't know when that phone call
It was like 96, 97. But yeah, they put it on, Tool put it on one of their albums, like the very last song, and put a bunch of crazy fucking shit on it. And that was back in the day when I was getting into Tool. And I was like, what is this? And then I didn't have Google back then. So I just like had to wait around forever. And I was like, I remember hearing this. Where is this
Wait,
now?
there was no Google then? When was there Google?
I mean, Google was definitely in like early 2000s, I would think. I mean, there was like Ask Jeeves and shit.
Yeah, I remember Ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
That was the
I mean,
first
this was
one I
like
remember.
back in the MSN Messenger days. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, there's the technology.
I
It
don't.
seems
I
like
don't
when
think
we were like in high school, there wasn't that great.
I know.
You
It
couldn't.
seems
You
like
couldn't.
it's
I
gone
mean, I
faster
feel like
than
you
we
could Google
realized.
shit. I don't know.
no, you couldn't do anything.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, fuck you had to get off the internet so your mom could call someone.
You had
oh
to.
yeah, yeah. that
Remember the
sucked.
CDs you'd get in the mail? AOL. Here's 15 minutes of AOL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd get free. Yeah.
You've got mail.
I remember we had my parents had this old desktop computer. I mean, just this big giant ass thing, and
Great big monitor.
Probably one of the
and I was
It was
probably
a Macintosh.
this is in the 90s. So I was not even. I might have been 10. I probably wasn't even 10, but I remember like my brother's playing. What was that game? Everyone always talks about
Oregon Trail.
Yes,
Ah,
we had
I
Oregon
just pulled
Trail.
that from your head,
Yes,
dude. I didn't even know.
Yes, I couldn't think of. Yeah, we had Oregon Trail, and I just remember like kind of playing that, and I remember like my brothers and because they're 10 years older than me, but then my mom like, oh yeah, well, eventually we can like get on the internet and you can like search shit, and I was just like blown away by like
What the fuck's the
what
internet?
the hell are you guys talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
I always died of syphilis in that game, Oregon Trail.
I never played it.
Really?
I remember it, but I never played it.
I don't think I played Oregon Trail.
I remember
either.
it freaking me out. I don't know why.
I played the shit out of
The
it.
first
But maybe
computer
this is-
game, like, what is it? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Ooh.
Oh, I had
Where
that. We
in
had
the
that
world
too.
is Carmen Sandiego.
You just
I had
pulled
that
that out of
game
my
too,
brain, dude. I haven't heard that name
Yeah,
in so long.
And then there was like the first ever Age of Empires. That was
Beautiful
that was
game,
probably the
dude.
second
Computers are
computer
crazy. I think my first computer game that I played was probably
Don't say missed.
no.
It was the first game where I actually put a CD in and played was Mist. You guys probably don't even know what the heck.
I don't
Myst
think I.
is.
I don't.
This is like Age of Empires.
Was it?
It was you were on this island and you had to figure out a bunch of puzzles and stuff. And
Okay,
figure out how
never
to get
mind.
I don't remember that one. I think I played.
It's not like Age of Empires.
I think one of the first ones I played was Doom. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
I loved Age of Empires. I loved all those where you had to collect wood and make archers and
Yeah,
riflemen and
for
all
sure.
that
Me
kind of
too.
stuff.
I
Command
still
and
play that
Conquer,
shit.
Yeah.
like that.
What was the game that was kind of like Unreal Tournament?
Oh yeah.
That was fuck, man.
That was
that one
that was a
tickles
game
me.
changer, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was when you were like, dude, video games are gonna be awesome one day.
I love video games.
And now we're playing fucking Warzone.
Yeah, and we're doing crazy shit now.
Fuck
I mean,
that
it's-
game too, by the way.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of games, I don't know. This just popped in my head, but dude, me and you, remember? Okay, this goes way back. Like I feel like me and you used to be like one of my. I feel like my very first, like one of my best friends.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I
yeah,
remember,
man. Like the first person you were like one of the first people like I hung out with like every fucking day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This was like fourth grade because I don't from like pre-K or whatever to third grade. That's kind of a blur.
It's
but
weird.
like
I did
in fourth grade-
Miss Williams was
was that the
Miss
class?
Williams.
I
It was me and you,
I
Miss Williams.
Okay, yeah. And we felt like we always had class together.
Yeah.
And I remember like my parents were super cool. Your parents were super cool. And like I had the South Park game for Nintendo 64. And I remember like one day you were gonna I was either going to your house or you were coming to mine. Like we were getting
Like
together
every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember my mom's like comes out and like talks to your mom or both your parents, I don't know, and there's like, Andy's got this game and it's got bad language and it's all this shit, you know, and your parents like, yeah, we don't give a fuck, you know, like you know,
Yeah,
like,
you know what my parents are. They're like, it's okay, Blake. Yeah,
started watching when did South Park start? Like 1997
Oh,
or 95?
So long ago.
I think 95 or 96.
Because I started watching that and I was like 7.
You
or
should not
8.
have been watching it.
Yeah.
I should not have been watching
My
it.
parents didn't give a shit.
No, they were
that I
like,
was
oh, it's a
watching it.
cartoon. He cusses a little bit.
I remember the first episode I watched was Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride. It was like season 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's
That was a
that's
good
an
one.
early one.
Yeah.
This is way off topic, but speaking of fourth grade, I don't know. This just popped in my head. Remember when we had those pencil sharpeners?
Oh,
They
yeah.
were like this big, right? They caught the shavings of the pencil sharpener,
There's
and
actually one like right behind you.
okay, yeah, but we had like mine was shaped like a CD player. And for some reason, me and Blake, I don't know if we both had one or if I just had one, but we were like, let's see how many pencils we can grind in this bitch.
Yeah. See how many we could stuff in there, dude.
Yeah, so we're just grinding.
Stuffing them.
We're just grinding away, dude. Just, yeah, we got 34 pencils in this bitch.
Dude,
like,
mind
that's-
you, the box is like this big.
It's-
We're not talking
yeah.
about like a, you know what I mean?
And I was like, all right, we got to put, like, the top starts coming on. So we tape this bitch down. So now we just keep fucking grinding pencils for no reason. And we get up to, I don't know. I'm just making this shit up, but not that part. But I'm making up the pencil part, like
numbers.
the numbers. Like, oh, we're up to fucking 65 pencils. This bitch just explodes. And I'm sure
everything.
we got in big trouble. I don't know, because pencil shavings went everywhere. This thing, dude.
It was literally like a bomb, like something like this size,
Like a pinata busted.
yeah, like it was like this, and it just went like,
It was smaller than that can.
yeah, it was way
And-
smaller. It was like, poof. And we're like,
I'm glad
oh
you
my
remember this,
God,
because
dude.
I remember, like, I don't even know why, but we're just like, let's just grind this shit. Let's just see how many pencil shavings we get in this bitch.
I really wish
We're
he
like,
didn't remember it though, because it would have been so much weirder if you were
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you remember
yeah.
when we sharpened pencils
No,
together?
I knew he would
No.
remember. I knew he would remember,
No.
dude, because it
Boy's
was
got a
just
steel
something weird.
trap.
And it, dude, can we talk about how weird, like, 4th and 5th grade, we had to go to Crossville? Like, what?
Yeah, we were
Like,
we were
we had to-
shipped to another town.
To go to school for
It's like
2
a
years.
train.
And all I can
train.
remember from those days when recess happened, it's fucking ready for Rumble. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was the years where we were hardcore into wrestling, and every day was a fucking fight.
Well, and because our shout out here to just can we make this shout out? Can we do this?
We can do it.
Because our supervisor,
Our supervisor.
that's
Quit
what
pointing
he
at me.
was supposed to be. Was this young man's father,
Oh,
and
God.
he didn't care what we did, dude.
He didn't give
Kids
a
are
shit.
getting their fucking legs broke. He's like, yeah, you think he's all right, Randy? Yeah, he'll be all right. Like,
He didn't give a
Ready
shit
to
as
go?
long as you
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah.
as long as you weren't
As long
scuffing
as-
up his fucking court.
Yeah,
dude.
you didn't do
Basketball
that.
court.
Yeah, it
Dude,
was
you
fine.
scuffed that
and
cord
you let
up.
them two stand over there, talk about golf, and work on their golf swing.
I'm
Hell,
telling you.
It
dude.
was
You-
a
the-
completely different time.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember
it was.
every year at Booth School, the 8th graders always had to set up the stage for the Christmas program. And I remember we were needing to cut some strings, and there were 7 of us up there working, and 6 of us had pocket knives. We pulled out pocket knives.
How old?
8th grade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We had pulled out our pocket knives, cut the string. There's nothing to carry a pocket knife.
If they
You'd
did
go
that
to-
now, they would throw them in juvie.
You
Oh,
go to
yeah.
fucking IYC in Harrisburg.
Yeah,
if
you'd
you
be
did
done.
that shit now, dude.
Yeah.
Done.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, dude. We used to play this. You remember that game where they had? Remember that long line of swings? We would get like however long there was a line of swings. There was like 20 swings, maybe. I don't know. But we would all start swinging different. Okay, and one person would try and run
through the middle
all
of
the
them?
way through the middle of them.
No
Dude,
one
people
ever made
would
it.
no,
Smart.
nobody ever made it. People would just get rocked, okay, and nobody ever said a word to us about it. Like
Oh.
you could just do that on the playground.
Oh,
For
if I
some-
was a teacher, I'd be sitting back like, oh man, I hope those kids do that again today.
Yeah,
Like
pure
I
entertainment.
said,
Uh-huh.
shout out. But
I remember, like, dude. So, like, when
You
we
didn't
had to
care.
go into middle school, like when we were in 5th grade, they were like telling everybody, like, these kids coming in are heathens. Like I don't know what it was, but like the grade that we were in, they were like
Bad
this
class.
is a bad class. They're coming through, and
I
think
can't
we kind of
imagine.
were. I think we
Yeah.
were.
No way. I can't imagine your guys' class being a bad
Yeah,
class.
you
Yeah,
don't
we
even
were
have
a little-
to. Don't even have to. Yeah, if you know it, you know it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Fucking mess.
little rough.
Denny, I've gotten so many Denny stories over the years, man. They're all fucking hilarious, too.
Dude, we could do a whole episode.
We could do this whole fucking podcast could be called like Denny stories.
Oh,
we
yeah.
could just do that.
Oh.
Like hour,
Oh,
bring someone in.
yeah.
I remember one that's really funny. I can't remember who it was now though. Some girl that it was probably a year older than me. I want to say it was like Shayna DeBose maybe. She told me a story a long time ago that like she put I think she put a whoopee cushion in my dad's chair. Like when he had that desk like in the corner
Oh, yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
She put a whoopee cushion in his chair, and when he sat down, it scared him, and he fell backwards in his chair.
Oh no.
And it was when they were all like in there, like lined up. You know what I mean? Every single one of them's in the gym, so they all start dying laughing, and he gets fucking
Red hot,
pissed.
man.
Oh yeah, I mean just freaking the fuck out, as we all would know. You know, that one killed me. And then somebody else. I remember somebody kicked a kickball. I don't remember who this one was, but I remember this one as a kid because my dad was wearing glasses, and he came home and he had to get new glasses, and he had a piece of glass in his face from his glasses breaking. But somebody kicked a kickball and smoked him in the face and broke his glasses. And I never knew what happened because he never told me. You know what I mean? He's like, damn, glasses broke. Fucking glass of my eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now, 10 years, 20 years later, like I finally figured out, it's like one of my friends kicked him in the face with a kickball. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to think that happened.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely I could definitely tell you at least 1 hour worth of good stories about him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him on.
He
already talked to him.
needs to come on.
Dude, if he does, please
let
me be here.
I want him to do it. Well, so that's the thing. I want him to come in, and I want him to do like old stories, and then since we've got the phone line, I want to do this one live with him, and then people can be listening on like Facebook or whatever, and I'll just be like, all right, phone line's open. If you've got a story you want to tell him, call in, and then we can pitch people in, and they'd be like, hey, you remember in '84 when you made me shit my pants from running too much? You know what I mean? Like shit like that. And then I want him to come in and do his own show. I think him and Todd Rice coming in here. My dad kind of mentioned that, kind of like
several coaches would be awesome.
Oh, I'd love to just kind of rotate everybody in and get some coaches in and just bullshit old stories, from
That'd be awesome,
80s, 90s.
They have the best, man.
Oh, they've got some good ones, man. It would be great.
Well, I mean, there used to be a sports show like on the radio on like Saturday mornings or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And people loved it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad did that a couple times.
Oh yeah,
I remember. I mean, he did the radio for a long time for Friday night football games. He loved that. Once I told him, I was like, I'm doing a podcast, and he was like, is that kind of like the radio? I was like, in a sense.
It's way better, yeah.
Yeah, you can say whatever the hell you want. You can fart in the mic here if you wanted. You know what I mean?
I have farted in the mic,
man.
and it happened to be Blake's mic he's on right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just wanted to see what it sounded like.
Dude.
How's that smell?
Remember that time we went to, this is not too long ago, but we went to Ellis Park?
Oh, yeah, and Denny
Denny was there. And
Denny's
we run into
ponies.
Denny. Dude, he just knew it. He had it all. Oh, you better be betting this horse.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Like, he was
gave
nailing
me-
everything.
He gave me his book. We went. Who was it? It was like me, you, and Jade, right? I think.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Crazy story happened in that. We ain't going to bring that up.
That was a wild day. But it was like me, you, and Jade, I think. And me and you were sitting by ourselves at this time. And I think we walked down.
We didn't even know he was there.
No, I didn't have a clue he was there. It was dollar beer, dollar hot dog.
It was
Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Oh yeah.
So me and Andy were pretty good. We were doing good. We had a couple. We
You
drive
just buy 4 beers at a time, dude.
two wieners each time too. Just a dirty dog, fucking drinking nasty Bud Light day and fucking 102 degrees outside.
I drank 47 beers and ate 22 hot dogs today.
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah.
And lost all my money.
So we're sitting. I mean, it's like July, like hot. Or when do they even open? Is it like August or something?
They're only open from, which is fucked up. They're only open from the 4th of July weekend to Labor Day weekend.
That's right. Okay.
Why wouldn't you not just be open all fucking
Let them run,
summer?
dude. Yeah, let them run.
Which they are open because now they're a teletrack.
Oh, they are?
So they're open year round. So you can go there, but they're not having live races. They only do live races from July 4th to Labor Day weekend, but you can go there and watch live races and bet.
Oh, dope. I didn't know that.
So
well, we're going to be going a lot more now.
you can do that.
Anyway, so
and they raised their Sundays are no longer $1 beer, $1 hot dogs. It's like $2 now.
Oh, those dirty bastards.
Fair
So
enough,
now
though.
it's like
Fair
Sons
enough.
of bitches.
Friggin' Bezos.
God damn it. Here we go. But anyway, so
yeah.
Denny, so me and Andy go down to get our like 27th beer, maybe, I don't know, who knows. And my dad was with his girlfriend at the time, and we just walked into him, like literally come down the stairs, and like he's right there, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's been there for a while,
Oh, yeah.
so he was
Oh, yeah.
having a good time.
So-
And he had his book. He had his whole book, and he was writing every single race, like this
Oh,
is this,
he's
and blah,
like,
blah, blah. And we're probably 2 or 3 races in of the day. We're pretty pretty early. I think.
They start racing at 12:50,
Yeah.
and they have.
We probably ran
They
into him
usually
at
have
like
like
2.
10 to 12 races. I think.
We probably ran into him at like 2 o'clock. So we've been there for about 2 hours or so. Anyways, he was up in the air conditioned box. You know what I mean? He's a big dog.
He's
and
doing
up
it big,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's no fun up there, by the way. I've been in there.
It's quiet.
It sucks.
Yeah. We had
and they don't like people that are drunk.
Didn't we do Seth Short's bachelor
Not
party
our
in there?
scene.
Isn't that where we were?
I didn't go. I met up later from that. I
Oh.
don't know, but
We
I
were in the
know
box
I've
for
went
that
up
one.
there before with a bunch of us try to get
Yeah.
up there, and then
They were
they were
very,
not having it, and it's really quiet, and you can't hear the announcements going on.
They were really
on
mean. There was like 20 of us, and
It's not as fun because you can't, you know, they 8 minutes to race, they start blowing the horn, you know,
Yeah.
and then you don't hear that shit when you're up in the skybox where it's air conditioned. You don't hear that, so it's like, I don't know when I should go place my bet because I'm usually waiting for that to watch the odds, and then there's usually it's just a bunch of old people in there. They're just eating.
Yeah.
They're just eating. They don't give a shit. They're betting, eating. They don't care.
they're
But
there.
they're not into it like down there low where
They're there because they like to gamble.
Where the degenerates are.
where the degenerates are at.
They like to gamble. They're there for gambling.
I don't
They're
care
there-
about
They're
going
not there
up
for
there.
having fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so we run into my dad, and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" Blah blah. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we got pretty good ponies running this day." You know what I mean? All this shit. Me and Andy just start dying laughing. He's like, "Well, I'll probably see you guys later. I gotta go run a couple bets." And so we go back to our seats, and I guess my dad saw us from his box where we were sitting, and probably 6-7 races in, he ended up leaving. I don't remember what they were doing, but he had his book, and he filled his book out for every race. So like from 1 to 20 or whatever they were doing. So he had it already picked for every single race. And he walks up behind me and Andy, and he taps me on the shoulder and he goes, "Well, boys, my girl wants to leave," or something like that. He's like, "We got to go." He's like, "I'm going to give you this." He's like, "I'd like to photocopy it if I could." He said, "I think it's going to be pretty good." He just handed it to me. I was like, Jesus Christ. And we bet a couple. I don't think I won anything, but
I'll tell you what, I'll never
if
do.
I did, I bought dollar hot
Yeah,
dogs.
you
and
bought hot dogs and beer with it.
It stayed right there at the track if I did win anything with it.
I'll never. I will never bet a trifecta without boxing it ever again in my life. And if you, so a trifecta, the 3 horse. If you don't know what this is, so
Yeah.
the 3 horses have to finish in the exact order.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, whatever you. And I always like to bet 3, 6, 9.
Damn you fine.
Yeah, I like to do. I do that, and then I'll pick like a strategic one, you know. But if you box it, so say you put a $2 bet on a trifecta, that's it. But if you box it, so you're betting that every outcome of the top 3, they finish every which way will happen, you'll win. So it's gonna cost you $12. If you bet a $2 trifecta, you box it because there's 6 different outcomes of that, every which order. So the last time I did not box it, I bet this
I remember
trifecta,
this. I think I was there
and
for
we're
this
sitting
one.
at Ellis, and those 3 horses finished in the top 3, but the first and second horse were switched. And if I would have boxed it, which I had $5 on it, a $2 bet paid out $3,600.
And he had a $5
I
bet.
had a $5, and if
What?
I would have just boxed it, which a $5 bet on a box would have cost me $30, but $30 for
What, like
what,
10
12
grand?
It'd
12?
have been 12 something.
It was.
Oh
I think
my
it was
God.
12.
God.
I think it was 12.75. I think is what we.
I wadded that ticket up, just threw it off the cliff. I was so mad. I said, I told you I should have boxed it, man.
It was like It was like the
Ah.
last race of the day too. I'm pretty
Dude.
sure because you were so.
And
heated.
I'm a gosh damn broke college student too, you know, at the time, trying to win this money, just blowing my money at freaking Ellis Park like a degenerate that I am.
Hey, it's good stories now though. That was back
Yeah.
in the Mesker days, wasn't it?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Blake knows all about this horse racing. I was horse racing. I was betting horse races at fucking 10.
Yeah. When I remember one time he bet didn't you bet $1 on this
10.
one? He bet $10 like just because he liked the name of this horse. It was one race,
Yeah.
one horse. He
It's
gave
a
his
Kentucky
uncle, like,
Derby.
10, he gave his uncle like $10. He's like, bet this horse on this.
I
race,
didn't
sort of.
actually. I didn't. My uncle, he would always bet for us. He would go.
Yeah,
bet,
yeah.
And I didn't give him. And I just picked name. I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, just picking names.
It was the
You didn't know
Kentucky.
nothing
It would be
about
the,
odds and
the
all
Kentucky.
that.
It was the Kentucky Derby.
And how much
and
money did you win? I remember when we were kids, I was like, dude, Andy can whatever he wants.
Yeah.
80's,
We were.
80's
It was.
fucking loaded, dude.
He's rich.
I know the horse's name, and it was Lemon
Lemon
Drop
Drop
Kid.
Kid.
Yeah.
You still remember the horse?
Dude,
Dylan knows
I
it,
remember,
dude.
dude. It was it blew my mind.
You should totally get that tatted on you, Andy, because that right there is
Started every gambling problem.
That's
I
the
had.
moment that you are addicted to gambling.
What was
Yeah,
the name of the
it
horse?
was
Lemon Drop
Drop
Kid.
The Lemon Drop.
How in the
Kid.
hell did he end up with the bushhog or whatever?
Oh, Lemon Drop Kid should totally be his nickname.
Yeah.
Well, it was because we were
We were 10.
10
then.
years old, and we.
But yeah, it was a 30-1 horse.
A 30-1.
30-1 and a $10 won $300, which 10 years old, $300 is.
Oh, dude,
you know how many
you're the-
video games you can
Oh.
buy
You're
with
the richest
$300?
motherfucker.
That was back when video
Yeah.
games were $20 too, not 60 like they used. They are
Yeah,
now. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You know what's crazy?
Oh, he's playing
dude,
Tony Hawk Pro Skater all fucking day now.
My
you know?
mom,
Shit like that.
my mom hit a horse in the Kentucky Derby. She had $100 on it, and it was. I can't remember the odds. The horse names was Real Quiet. My mom,
Real quiet.
Real Quiet, and she always picks the names too.
Yeah.
She thought Real Quiet because my mom's a quiet person.
Yeah.
She's, you guys know my mom.
Oh, Fitz.
And
very good.
they had $100 on it, and I want to say it wasn't 90 to 1. I want to say it was, but I think it was 50 to 1, and it won the Kentucky Derby. So she won $5,000
Holy shit! Are
on
you
this horse.
serious?
She has a frame picture of this horse. Like, she has a professional frame picture of this horse winning this race. And then, so it wins the next race, which is the Preakness.
Yeah.
That she bet it to, which the odds were not as great. So the Belmont is the last race for the Triple Crown. And this horse loses in a photo finish by a nose. And she has the frame picture of that, too. And
How
it's
much would that one have been?
it was still like he was still the favorite. She wouldn't have won much, but it's still like I bet the picture is probably like the professional picture she has framed of a nose losing by a photo finish like this
Yeah,
close is it's pretty sweet. She has both those pictures. Cool.
that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
$5,000 on a horse,
And
just
that-
betting $100, dude.
That, my friends, is where my gambling addiction started. At 10 years old, I won 300. It'd have been better if I would have just lost.
Yeah, you would have
Never would have
gambled
never.
again.
I would have never gambled again.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
And here I am.
I think it just would have delayed the inevitable.
And here I am. I got bets up right now.
Yeah, he's been checking his phone.
Yeah, I got it. I'm
Can't
itching
win no
right-
fucking money today.
I'm itching right now. I need to check this shit.
There used to be a tumbleweed on the west side of Evansville I worked at in college, and our managers took several employees horse racing one afternoon, and then when we left the horse races, we went and saw the Black Crowes and Tom Petty concert.
Oh shit!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was
Solid concert, dude.
Yeah. So me and this girl named Sarah Haskins got out the book. She would pick her favorite horse. I'd pick my favorite horse. And then we would watch them walk out, and whichever horse was just acting crazier than hell, like real antsy, like, acting like a maniac.
Yeah.
Just, couldn't wait for the gates to open. We're like, boom, that's it. We'll pick that one. So we'd bet that horse. And at the end of the day, we both, after you factored in what we spent for the concert, all of our beer and food, et cetera, we both paid for the concert, the whole trip, and made it home with like $300 in our pocket.
Son of a
Wow,
bitch.
That's a good. That's
By
a good
just
day.
picking the horse that was acting the craziest out of the two we had
Wow.
decided when they walked past you.
Didn't even know their names. You were just wondering which one had the hardest cock running around, huh? Oh, that one's going today.
I
That
remember
was
one guy couldn't even hardly keep it straight. I mean, it was just acting crazy. And we're like, yeah, let's bet that one.
That's the
instead.
boy. He's the one running. Gambling's fun. I love gambling.
Dude,
I haven't gambled since. I swear to God, I think I had the greatest fucking streak ever, and then the gambling machine shut down.
And that shit right there, that is pure luck.
I
That-
swear to God. So
And-
I don't.
yeah,
you probably
go ahead.
don't know this story, but so it was. I don't remember what it was. There was something going on. So it was Joe Wilson's birthday. Was like a Thursday. So Friday we were up at the Elks. But there was one before that. Okay, Thursday was his actual birthday, so we were up at the Legion here, and I put like $20 in on a machine at the Legion and hit for like $240. And I was like, fucking A, cash it out. You know what I mean? I drank for free. You know, Friday rolls around. Joe had a big party up at the Elks, and for his actual birthday, he had like his friends from Marion and all that stuff. I put a $5 bill in and hit the weirdest win I've ever seen. Like Joe and everybody were standing around. They didn't even know. It was like, it's the sevens game. It's only 3 turns, you know. And I hit all sevens. First click is penny slots too. I hit all sevens, and then it does 12 free games. So I hit all sevens, hot spins, 12 free games. I hit all sevens in the first one, and what that did was like opened up a fourth like thing. There's normally only 3 that'll spin, and it opened up a fourth one because it did that. And I hit like sevens like 3 or 4 times in these hot spins. I put $5 in, and I had like $340 after the hot spins. I was like, oh, it's over. You know what I mean? I'm cashing it out. And then Sunday, I come up to Gotzi's of the same weekend
and raped me.
And straight up, I mean, I pulled $840 out of his machine. I went to every single, so he's got 3 machines in there.
Yeah.
I went to the first one, put $10 in. First click, like $184. And I was like, fucking A, I'm pulling out. You know what I mean? I ate my supper and sat there, and Isaac Hayes was up there, and he was like, man, you got to put at least a 20 in the next one. He's like, yeah, try it. I was like, fuck it. You know, what's the worst that happens? Put a $20 bill in. First click again on the next machine over from the one I just won on, $380. Cash out. Same thing on the third machine over.
Should have went and bought lottery tickets.
Put $10. Put $10 in. Got $250 on that one. So I cashed out like $840 in 3 clicks on 3 different machines. So like the whole weekend, I'd averaged like damn near like $1,400. It was crazy as shit I've ever seen. And I hit damn near every bar besides Danny's that had a machine. I won on every single one of them in like 3 separate
you definitely
occasions.
should try a
Folks,
Powerball ticket.
The moral of the story is, come to Gotzi's and gamble on Sundays.
Definitely.
Well, fuck when you can.
Well,
dude.
Well, the machines are shut down now.
By
Bullshit,
the way,
dude. Are they ever going to do anything about that?
Who knows? It depends on how long
I
this
hope they
pandemic's
don't.
going to last.
I hope they just I hope they carry those fucking machines right out of there. I'm tired of losing money on them. Tired of it.
You think aliens gamble?
I bet they gamble, dude. I bet they gamble.
They would
like,
definitely gamble on our machines.
I bet they gamble like
Cash out.
no shit.
Yeah, they would just.
They just
they'd
put a
win
tentacle.
They
in
come
there.
here to like save us and teach us, and we just turn them all into degenerate gamblers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like
We'd
the
ruin
movie
'em.
Coneheads.
Yeah.
You know, Conehead. Remember that? They're
Metal
aliens, and then they come here, and then they learn about like spaghetti and like shit.
Yeah.
And then they want to live here forever. I feel like that's what we would do.
Speaking of gambling, though, man, like if it just makes everything more exciting. I feel like
That's the
how much
fucking
would you
talk of
would
an
you
addict
would
right
you
there.
be would you so like you do fantasy football.
Yeah.
Would you watch as much football if you didn't do fantasy?
League champion this year, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we
Just
go.
wanted to say that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, would you like you wouldn't follow it as I feel like I wouldn't follow
I know
shit
I
as
know
much if I wasn't.
Yeah,
gambling.
I know like every player and what they do every freaking week.
Yeah, and I wouldn't give a shit
If I had no
wasn't-
money,
Yeah.
you know.
It makes it more fun.
I'll be honest.
I would
even-
just hope the Steelers lost every week.
I talked to Andy about it, and I
Until
wanted to start doing
this week.
that just so I would watch football. Because I think football is pretty boring to watch on TV, I'll be honest with you. It's fun to drink beer and hang out. But, like, if I got some cash on it, I feel like, yeah, I would care a lot
Get
more.
that money flowing on it, man. It makes it more fun. Denton shaking his head. He don't give a shit about
I don't watch
nothing.
sports. I watch MMA, and that's the only thing I watch anymore. I'm done with sports,
Dude.
Never was into sports, especially now.
Conor
that they're all
McGregor's
like a
about to
bunch of
fight.
Idiots.
You like Conor McGregor?
I do.
He's about to fight the 23rd, I think. I'm gonna
Is he?
be in Mexico.
One of these YouTube guys.
No, fuck those.
He's not
dudes.
fighting
No,
one of
that's-
those
that's
guys.
no,
Floyd.
no.
Morons,
We're
man.
talking about Conor McGregor.
He's doing, yeah, we're talking the
That's
YouTube
boxing.
guys.
They're
That's,
fighting Money Mayweather, right?
yeah, that's Floyd.
Those
That's
dudes are
Jade's adversary. We
But I
came
guess-
to establish, or we established this in a last show that hasn't been aired. That probably will never be aired, but that Jade Money And actually, this is a good topic. I would love for you to weigh in on this. Jade Money in a MMA UFC fight would be able to beat Floyd Mayweather.
No way.
Fighting MMA, all he'd have to do is get him on the ground.
Dude, he wouldn't be able to.
He wouldn't be able to catch
Dude,
it. He already
I
went
guarantee
through
you,
this.
he's too quick, man.
That's the
What do you
conundrum.
Yeah.
Floyd is
We already
so
went
quick.
through
He
this.
would, bounce side to side.
So
and
you
just
think if he
knock
just
him
took
out.
off running and just tried to tackle him,
He'd miss.
that it wouldn't happen?
Oh,
No.
I
I
is
don't
pretty quick.
think he would be able to tackle him.
Boxing, I think Mayweather would wipe the floor with him. But
Anybody.
I don't
yeah.
think
Anybody,
that.
Jade could
nobody's
get him on the
fucking-
ground.
I know
Nobody's
that.
been able to beat Mayweather ever in boxing. Jade Money isn't. I promise.
Right.
Well, and
I mean,
neither is fucking
Neither is
Jake
one of the
Paul or whatever
neither
the
one
fuck
of
his
these
name
Paul
is.
brothers.
But yeah, that was our whole conundrum.
I mean, nothing against Jade, but I mean, we're talking about the maybe possibly
15-0.
possibly the greatest boxer that ever lived. Like just
Oh.
some kid from Carmi that's taking some
He's-
MMA classes.
he's,
I mean, he's tough.
Yeah.
He's bad, but
This guy's
no chance.
what? What's Mayweather
15-0.
now? 40, I know what his
Yeah,
record
he's
now.
almost
40 something.
Yeah, he's
What is
almost
he?
50.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Still going to.
So if Jade got him
Still
on the
going to
ground,
kill.
though, what do you think happens then? If it did come to that and Jade got him on the ground,
I think that if
It'd be over.
if
Den thinks it'd be
Mayweather
over.
could
He outweighs
defend
him.
himself for long enough to definitely. But if he could defend himself long enough to wear Jade out, dude, I'm sure Mayweather is in a shape that we can't even understand.
a
Probably.
freak. He's a
oh,
freak.
dude, he
I've never fought
whatever the-
MMA in my life, and I would
who's
have
the-
no idea how to get out of an arm bar.
who's the Paul brother that's supposed to be fighting Mayweather?
Jake or Logan, one of
Is
the
it
two.
Jake or Logan?
I think it's Jake. I don't know.
Whatever. He
They're all
was.
fucking
They
douchebags.
had their podcast and they had Mike Tyson on there.
Oh, and he ate all his mushrooms.
And Mike Tyson was like, "You're gonna get your ass beat." Like
Yeah.
said, he's like, "This dude is working in the gym right now. He's always working.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather is always in the fucking gym and he's always working and he's just the dude's incredible. Like that's how he got to be. Like I always wanted to see Floyd lose, but I'm like, dude, you
It's
gotta
not gonna
respect.
happen.
You gotta
you
respect the best,
dude.
man. You
yeah,
gotta respect the best.
He's the best, and he can't be. He just works. He works harder than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, he beat the fuck out of McGregor. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, he toyed around.
Which
So
we
that's
knew-
what he's gonna do with fucking. They're gonna make it for money, like whatever.
I mean, yeah, he gets like
he's gonna toy
$100
around.
million every time.
He's gonna
fights.
toy
Like,
around with the Paul brother, and then he's. gonna
I'd get in
beat
the
him.
ring with Money Mayweather.
I'd get in the
for
ring.
$500
I
grand.
was getting ready to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd do it for like $2 right now. Like, fuck it. Knock me out. You know what I mean? I'm struggling.
Yeah. I mean, he's got gloves on.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to kill you.
I mean, it's
I
gonna
don't
hurt.
care.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to kill you, though.
Maybe he will kill you. Who cares?
Hopefully. Jesus. The way this year's going already. Fucking goddamn. Episode fucking 2 of 2021's been pretty fucking wild. I think I'm out.
I think we should rent an outdoor boxing ring and
Right out here
Put
in
it
this
in the
parking lot.
concrete. Yeah.
Can we
have
put it
people-
out here in the parking lot of fucking?
yeah. I think
Gutsies.
people should come in here, call out who they're wanting to fight, talk a bunch of trash.
Yes, dude. You're slowly turning me into Rogan. You're slowly the opposite way, but we're doing it the opposite way. Dude, you know how cool that would be? Then we could literally set this up outside and I could be like the commentator. We could just turn the cameras, you know what I mean? Like, and we got Jade Money over on the left and he's right, roll sleep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Can we do that? Can you
all
legally
the-
do that?
All the trash talking that would take place beforehand would be, I think, the most fun.
That would be
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
It'd be like old school WWE in this motherfucker.
That's what makes a lot of these fights.
I
mean,
want to
that's
see
shit
Lucas
talking.
and Alex Nelson fight each other.
Dude.
That would be a
fucking
good fight.
dog.
Two
eat
brothers.
Dog. I would love that.
It would be a good fight.
It would. We would have to make up a new weight class though, because they are completely.
No, we would. There would be no weight classes.
Yeah, they just
This
beat the
is-
shit
this
out
would
of
be
it.
as-
This is
as
like
illegitimate as we
This
could
is
make
the
it.
White
I
County
mean,
Fair MMA fights they had. You remember when they had?
oh my
those?
god, dude! Yeah, didn't
That was
AJ beat the
awesome.
dog shit out of somebody in that? Didn't AJ fight in that?
I don't
AJ?
remember if
I
Aaron
think
did.
he-
I remember his little cousin did.
I remember.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, he
like,
did good.
Yeah,
I remember that.
like,
There
he-
was a whole nother town that came and they were pairing up against Karma people, and Karma people beat the fuck out of every one of these guys that they brought here that were fighting. That was
so fun.
And they were pissed about it.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody at the fairgrounds is hearing this, let's do that again because that was awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was so cool. That was the most excited I've ever been about going to the fair.
Definitely.
Screw the
I never
horse
even knew
races,
it was
dude.
happening.
Oh, dude, they did like a whole thing, MMA fights. Like there was multiple fights. It's like 10
And it was just like a bunch of just like kids that we
good
knew.
old boys.
Yeah.
Just beating this.
Eli
like, yeah, I'll get in
Earl
there.
Earl fought.
That's what it was.
I remember
Eli Earl
fighting.
Yeah, he fucking.
What's
tore some
funny is
people
like
up.
everybody
Oh,
that
yeah.
fought, like if it went after one round, they were gas. They were just fucking. I need a cigarette.
Yeah.
One of the best shows I ever went to in my life, and I've been to 2 of them. And I don't know if, hopefully Evansville's still doing this, but they would have guns and hoses, and it was cops against firemen.
They're still doing it.
It was a great show.
I know a girl that fights in it.
Wait, cops and firemen just beating the shit out of each other?
They were boxed. They were
It's
1 minute
it's a-
rounds,
it's
3 rounds each.
it's
Every guy comes out to his own song, so it's kind of like a concert. Also, it was neat, man.
I
It's
bet.
a big deal.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a huge deal. It's
Yeah.
Really?
it's firefighters versus cops.
Oh, that
from-
sounds awesome.
Oh, it's
I went 2 years, 1
It's a-
year police,
they have it at the
cleaned
Ford
house.
Center.
second year.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a
There's
lot of fun.
there's a girl that is a cop that is around our age that fights in this.
Really?
She's fought in like the last 2 years. She has ties to Carmi.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Taylor Maris. You know,
Yeah, I know. who you're
Dave
talking
Hall.
about.
It's
Yeah.
Dave Hall's niece.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch something like that. That'd be neat. Well, kids, I think it's time for us to finally take our first break.
Yeah, I gotta piss.
Oh hell, I
pretty
thought
bad.
the show was over.
We're in an hour and 15 minutes in right now. I love it.
We're just getting started.
Let's take a quick
Yeah.
commercial
Yeah,
break.
let's do that.
Love
Do
it.
our things.
Thanks. Man.
Thanks.
Let's do it. I was saying, dude, I'm about to bust. Had me numb.
You were out cold and you could not recall what happened.
I wasn't out cold. I just couldn't feel any pain.
Fucking aliens, that's ridiculous.
Space. With Andrew Nelson.
Those motherfuckers will get you every time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, we're here.
Jesus Christ.
We're here. That's
We're
our
back.
that's our intro to. If you thought the first little part was weird, it's about to get even weirder, boys and girls. So
Jesus, man.
We've been on break for 4 hours.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Andrew Nelson has a topic you'd like to bring up. So go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you guys ever heard of Operation High Jump?
I need a little more.
Denton? No.
I don't think
Okay.
no, those 2 words.
Oh, this is beautiful.
All right. Well, so apparently there was in 1946 and
Old.
1946, 1947, there was a guy named.
Can we talk about Blake bringing his legal pad in right now?
We need an overhead camera on
He
his
clicked
notes.
that button so fucking fast.
Four things written. I've got 4 things.
up, dude.
This is something that I've never heard of before. So like, I'm writing this down because I'm gonna go deep into this later.
He clicked that button so quick.
Like
on
we're
his
gonna
pen.
we're gonna
bitch,
talk.
I got it.
We're gonna talk about this, but Blake's gonna go all the way.
Okay. All right.
You know
So
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying?
Explain.
Anyway,
It was Operation High
So-
Jump, right?
yes,
Okay.
Operation High Jump.
Spell that. Is that 2 words?
Space.
Google will figure that out for me.
So this guy by the name, he was Admiral Richard Byrd. He was him.
Is this the guy that thought he flew into the earth?
I don't know about that, but he was him and another guy was the first people to fly over the North Pole. Him and another guy flew over the North Pole, and then this was like this dude fought in World War I, and then I think that's right, and then he fucking
Jesus Christ.
no. Everybody's got me so thrown off here. Listen,
Blake,
sorry.
I looked over at Blake and he was so skeptical. His eyebrows were damn near over his eyes. He was like,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I'm like
North
it's
Pole?"
slow, and then he goes
Anyway, all right,
I'm
all right.
like,
Listen.
The nicotine got him all
So
messed up.
then he did a solo flight over the South Pole. He was the first person to fly over the South Pole by himself. He was the youngest person to be named an admiral in the Navy.
Byrd.
Yes, Richard Byrd. So they had an expedition.
That's Admiral Byrd to you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How weird is it that a guy that loves to fly, his last name is Byrd?
That's planned.
yeah.
That's
So-
totally planned.
This dude, they led a operation called Operation High Jump, and they took 4,700 people to the South Pole. They took 13 aircrafts and 13 ships and 33 aircrafts with them. So basically, they were going down there to test in frigid air and weather, like technology, where all this shit would work or not. So they went down there and they were down there for 2 years. So basically, when the whole thing dude, you guys laugh. It's killing me.
We're looking at Blake. He's
Blake
so
is
focused.
I mean, he's
I
getting ready
haven't
to take
heard
more
this.
notes.
I haven't heard this, dude. Like, this is
He's so focused.
this
like
is
he
my
knows.
shit.
You guys
Okay,
are sorry,
this is
bro.
my shit.
You guys are throwing me off
I'm
because
so
I'm like,
sorry.
I feel like I was saying some stupid
No,
shit.
no, I'm with you.
No, it's
I'm
me.
with-
I'm the
Okay.
one that looks ridiculous.
I don't know. I don't
I
know
see
if I'm
you.
more
It's me.
interested in Blake or
I'll just
Andy.
look at you, Blake. That'd be perfect.
That's fine.
Sorry, go
So
ahead.
anyway, 1946, they run this Operation High Jump. They go down there to test all this shit. They take all the 4,700 people, take all those ships, aircrafts. Apparently, while they're down there, they fight a battle, is what things that I was reading. They were in a battle, and no one can claim to who they were battling. I don't know. This is just something I
Okay.
fucking watched, and this was telling me this.
An
Okay?
aerial battle?
Both. Like, they took a big hit, apparently. So when this is over with, he comes back and reports that in his report, he said, Admiral Byrd was like, I don't want to alarm people, but we are fighting against technology and a different species that we don't know. He said that there was crafts coming out of the water and that they were capable of flying from the South Pole to the North Pole in a matter of seconds.
Maybe I have heard of this. And didn't like some, I want to call them scuba divers. They actually got into like altercations with them under the water, right?
Maybe I was watching something about this and I kind of read into it a little bit. This is what I got. So,
And this is coming from the U.S. government, correct?
yes, this is the
Admiral
Richard Byrd,
the youngest admiral.
Like, no.
46, 47.
Yeah.
He's got his
I wrote it
notes.
down. God damn it.
Anyway,
So this has been right around World War II, correct?
Yeah.
So this has been damn near probably when Hitler was there, supposedly, when he had his bunker.
maybe.
Didn't he
But
have a
they
bunker
said
in
it was a
Antarctica?
species they didn't know.
Yeah.
The problem is, they said in this thing I was watching, they said they fought a battle apparently down there that nobody's like talking about. They don't know who they fought against, but they took a huge hit.
Yeah.
Like,
That's probably why we don't know about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then so
100%,
his
'cause they don't
report,
talk about it.
We don't
his
lose
report
wars.
was about how
America.
there was
Fuck yeah.
spacecrafts flying, coming from the water, up out of the water, and they are capable of traveling from the South Pole to the North Pole. The reason why I bring this up is because in 2018, on satellite images, they caught a picture of a contrail, which, if you don't know what a contrail is the condensation off a jet, right?
Yeah.
That they leave. They caught one on the satellite image that was stretching from a direct line from the South Pole to the North Pole on it, just a full contrail. And they said a contrail will only last
so
for
long.
for only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Up to 30 minutes, and most of the time they start
14.
they start fading away after
like
15 minutes.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
And they said for this object to leave one from there to all the way there
It'd have to be mowed
for
off.
13,000 miles, it had to be traveling over Mach 10 speed.
Holy shit.
And they don't know what the fuck this was.
Yeah.
And they're like,
And
when
there's
I got
no way it would be natural.
Yeah, well,
being a straight line. Yeah.
So I also got digging deeper into it, and the other side of people that are like, this is bullshit. They also were like, so the thing I was watching, they said satellite images was picturing this shit and all this other stuff, but another thing was like, oh, they caught this on Google Maps or whatever,
Google Earth,
yeah. And whatever Google Earth does only picks up clouds and storm systems. So they're like, well, they don't pick up contrails. So they're like, well, what the fuck could it be? And they're like, no, they're just saying that the disbelievers are like, oh, well, it was just because it was fucking up and had a glitch, but it was just and if you can find the picture, it's a perfect straight line contrail from South Pole to North Pole.
How does Google Earth have technology to only pick up
not only cloud? I don't know.
I didn't realize Google Earth was always photographing too. I thought they just did it once.
So yeah,
it's live like every couple.
The thing I was
months.
watching though, it said they had satellite pictures because they had other pictures of it, and I mean it's a straight line. It just looks like a jet. It flew from the South Pole to North Pole, but it flew in a record time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So if you Googled it right now, boom, we'd see a photograph of it.
Oh yeah.
The next time we come in here, we will have internet.
It's crazy. It's just you can see it's half the Earth. It's just a contrail.
That's so weird. So they think that has ties to whatever this 1946,
well, yeah, because they think there's bases on.
They definitely think that there's
South
like
Pole,
bases
well,
like buried in the ice.
You can't even. It's a no-fly zone at all, right? There's only like certain Antarctica. You can't even go there in general.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that's what's so strange about it is like Antarctica is like supposed like it's off limits.
Yeah,
like
to anyone.
Nobody's supposed to be there, but like
they literally
whose is it?
Didn't they make like a thing back in like the 70s or 80s with the UN?
Yeah,
it was like a deal. It was like a trade deal. Like no fly zone, nothing.
Yeah,
that means that there's
there is like land underneath it.
Yeah,
there is
pyramids.
a land mass. Yeah, there's a land mass.
It looks like pyramids
in Antarctica.
Well.
That's what's weird about it.
There's pyramids as well that look like they're pyramids underneath the ice that are just exactly like the pyramids in Egypt and shit. So
maybe we'll find all this shit out in 180 days.
Dude, could you imagine? I mean, where are we at? I mean, where did they start that? Was that January 30th?
It's supposed to be sometime
there was
December 30th.
Sometime in June's the deadline.
There was another thing I saw where they flew up. I don't know if it was the North Pole or the South Pole, but they flew over and they seen some weird opening in the ice, a huge hole, that. And they could not. And then they told them, "You don't speak of this." They told all the pilots they were never to speak of this again because they came and reported back that they seen this huge opening that looked like some kind of.
I've seen some pretty crazy videos.
Docking place under the ice.
Was the opening like a perfect circle?
Yeah,
it was cylindrical.
It looked like it had been bored, like but like bored with heat because like the ice. It was like the ice was melted, not cut.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What that makes me think of, which I hate to bring this up already in case we were getting to it, but the Tic Tac. So if the Tic Tac was turned on its end, it's essentially a cylinder.
Yeah,
rounded. It'd be perfect
to just
fly right down in there,
right to that tube. Which makes me think of Elon Musk's what's it called, the way he's wanting to transport people in the tubes. What's the
Hyperloop?
Hyperloop.
Yeah.
So you got a tube, and you put basically a pill in it, Tic Tac. You get inside the Tic Tac, and this vacuum sucks you to the next town quickly.
I'm pretty sure with the Hyperloop, he got denied in L.A. after digging the tunnel.
No, that wasn't for Hyperloop. That was for the boring company.
Oh, that's right. What was he doing? Wasn't he making a train?
No, it was for it was to like cut down on traffic.
Yeah, and they were putting cars.
So they were
going
to put cars in there. Like it was
Sleds.
a huge hole. Yeah, and you basically your car would like sit on this sled, and it would just take your car wherever the hell you needed to go.
I'm pretty sure,
and it was like hauling ass.
He got approved in Texas. That's why he moved.
Yeah,
from what I heard.
And supposedly he's doing that here because he wants to send those boring machines. He's basically just testing them here. He wants to send them to Mars.
I love him.
So
If
I
he
know,
was
dude.
here,
He's
I'd
such,
hug him.
I know, dude.
Dude,
He's just such a fucking.
He has such
he's
cool
just
ideas,
a bad
dude.
motherfucker.
Remember when he talked
And-
about just nuking Mars to terraform it?
Yeah.
I mean, he
He
just
was like, it would
bullshitted that on
work, but it would
Twitter.
be. He was like, but then it would be
He's like, we should nuke Mars so it would terraform, and everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you, we're not nuking Mars." Like, you know?
Like, who cares? There's nothing there, supposedly. But no, he wants to send those to Mars and bore holes in Mars, and then like that way, when we land there, that's where we would stay.
Underneath.
Eventually, initially, okay, and then build on top cities on top of this, okay, and then but then now we already have our transportation to get through the cities underneath where we used to live.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody using their head to me.
Right.
Well, and that kind of
Next
goes
level,
off
man.
Of with,
Next level.
That kind of goes off of with the guest we had
So-
for the 3D printing. We were talking about 3D printing rockets. They've been kind of testing all that stuff. I mean, if you think about being able to send a 3D printer to Mars once we get there, and then be able to 3D print a rocket there, then you're cutting that trip literally in half.
Yeah.
Even
'Cause
if you
then-
can make one to just make a brick a day and start building structures.
Yeah.
Didn't they fucking so on the Elon Musk the tunnels? Didn't they do a lot of it though?
Yeah, but
Did-
LA, I'm pretty sure LA County like canceled him for it for a while because of like he got so close to like where the mount. I feel like I'm screwing this up, but it was like something to do with like the hill that the Hollywood sign was on. It was starting to like damn near kind of collapse.
Well, because I know
I don't know exactly why they made it. They did make him stop.
They said
But
some
he-
fucking stupid.
It
bullshit
wasn't
is what it was.
Whatever it was.
I
Like,
watched-
okay, who are you gonna trust? A bunch of people that got elected, like an elected official in L.A. or
Or the
this
smartest
fucking
man.
smartest motherfucker that you've ever heard?
Yeah.
And he said it was gonna be no problem.
Yeah.
Or do you trust this dirtbag son of a bitch that
They probably
God knows
ran
what
in-
they did to get there?
They probably
I'm gonna
fucking-
trust the guy that's landing boosters on launch pads.
Yeah,
They probably
exactly.
dug deep enough and found some fucked up shit and probably canceled it.
Well, I was just wondering because I watched something with Elon Musk had Jay Leno with him, and they were test driving the new Tesla truck thing he had.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
how Jay Leno's a huge
Yeah.
car.
He's got
dude.
that show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jay
It was
Leno's Garage.
actually Jay Leno's show, and Elon was like, "Well, you want to take this down the tunnel?" And they started driving down the tunnel, and that's where it ended. They wouldn't show video of them going down in the.
They wouldn't.
No, they didn't show any video, but they started to drive into the tunnel, and that's where it cut off.
That's fucked up.
So they were taking the new Tesla truck, and they were taking it down
Doesn't that
underground. So I don't know.
change the subject? But doesn't that Tesla truck come with a 4-wheeler that charges off of the truck? Have you seen that?
No, but it wouldn't surprise me.
It's like a so like
Might
I mean
have
it
a
looks like
flamethrower attached.
it looks
to
like a
Not
fucking
the flamethrower.
that
Not
truck
it
looks
might
like
have
a
not a flamethrower.
it looks like a fucking warthog from Halo.
Has anybody
it's built
rode?
exactly
Has anybody
like
been
that.
in a Tesla?
No,
No, I haven't.
I have.
you have
An Uber picked me up in a Tesla in Evansville.
really.
Did you? We like stomp it, dude.
Dude, I was so because I ordered. We were at Marina Point in Evansville. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and I'm,
House.
this is not going great. And I'm trying to get. I'm like, what the fuck? We gotta get to this.
You accidentally did Uber XL or Uber Black, which is like the super expensive one.
No, I did the normal. And this guy like messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, where you guys going?" I'm like, "We're going to the east side." And he's like, "Okay, great. We're on the way. I'm almost out of juice or what? Out of." He's like,
charge.
"Yeah, out of charge." It's like, okay. Then I get to looking. I was like, I tell him, like, "Dude, a Tesla's coming to pick us up."
God, that'd be so awesome.
And then I'm like, just look for a fucking Tesla. And then here all of a sudden this Tesla comes fucking pulling up. And I'm like, dude, we got it. I'm like, I'm pumped. I get up front. I'm like, I'm just asking this dude, like, do all this shit. And he's like doing the no drive thing. And, he's like, it will get on it too. It was awesome. He got on it. And then we had some old girl in the back and she was about to puke. And I said, dude, do not fucking puke in this Tesla.
No,
I'll
I was like,
personally kill
dude,
you.
we'll
not.
just kick you out.
I was like,
your life. Not worth it.
Yeah, I was like, do not puke in this dude's Tesla.
The crazy
please,
thing is,
God.
though, they're not like that expensive. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not like
They're not outrageous.
what you would think they would be.
It's
Like
got a little robot
still
that will
cool,
come
though.
out and clean up puke. If people
Probably
puke.
does. It's probably like Rick and Morty when he's like, "What is my job?" And he's like, "You cut butter."
You cut butter. Yeah.
He's like, "God damn it."
I
You
feel
clean
like
puke.
I feel like I drove you way off topic. So the hole that went through
Oh,
the,
man.
the South
Yeah.
Pole.
Thank God for notes. I forgot about the whole.
Yeah, so the hole that went through the South Pole. Okay, let's just assume you're some of these people that are there, and you found this hole that you can't explain. It's a perfect circle, and it's going no telling how far down.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing you do? I know what I'd do.
I'd just
Spit
jump
in
right
it.
in
I'd
that
pee
son
in
of a
it.
bitch.
I'd be in it.
Well, yeah,
I'd just
Listen,
dive
I'd
straight
probably go,
in.
Hello, hello.
I'd jump straight in.
Space.
See what happens.
It'd be,
No.
I would tie a camera to a rope and start lowering it. You run out of rope, get another rope, and just keep lowering it. I mean, let's figure out at least where it goes.
Yeah, it has to stop.
So they know where it
I
goes.
can tell you right now.
I mean, for the love of God, I hope our fucking government doesn't need ropes to figure out where a
Well,
goddamn hole goes.
When,
There's-
this was in the 40s, though, right?
No, this
Well,
was
no,
2018.
recently.
no. This was recently. And
Check
the
the
whole
notes.
story, the 1946-47 story with Admiral Byrd, he was that.
That was
He-
like a
he-
kickoff
tied
to
in.
the
Yeah,
sto-
that was just
to
trying to
Oh,
get
yeah,
because
this-
he said that they saw ships coming out of, or not ships, but spacecrafts coming out of the ocean, and then they were just. He was like, "This is some shit. I don't know. You know, he couldn't explain it, and he's like warning. He is like not trying to scare him, but he's like putting in the notes, like, "Hey, we're." And I don't know about the battle thing. They said there was a battle between.
Yeah, I'd like
two
to look
things, and
more
I
into
don't know about that.
The battle
I have no
situation.
idea.
That makes me think of the, is it Mahabharata? That's where, this is like an ancient text where we fought an aerial battle with what they called
Oh,
Vimanas.
yeah. Mahabharata. I know what you're
been-
talking about now.
So that's not the first battle we've claimed to have had with.
There's a isn't there
I
like
mean, there
a
was-
like a painting or and it's like
Oh,
it's
it's
like
a-
in a temple.
Yeah,
right?
it's super
A
crazy.
bunch of them. It's like.
It looks like a
It's like
series.
part of India's culture.
Yeah,
It looks like a guy like literally laying down flat in like a new day and age airplane almost, right? Isn't it something weird like that?
No.
That is
this-
the what is that?
I know what you're talking about.
There's
Yeah,
you can
that's
actually
fucked up.
buy a poster of that
Well, we
where
conveniently
it
have.
looks like he's like
It literally looks like he's sitting in a rocket ship.
right, and it looks like he's manipulating foot pedals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, but this is like it's like something like in the Taj Mahal or something. I don't think it's actually
yeah,
there.
somewhere like.
but it's
big
somewhere
time.
like that, and it's like a series of paintings that like shows this
Aerial battle.
aerial battle from, you know what I mean? Like,
and
Antiquity.
yeah,
and why? You know what I mean? Like why? Like what? Are,
well, it's
telling
like
me,
it's like if it was just a stupid story, why would they paint it on the ceiling
Yeah.
of their religious temple?
Well, and it's not like you've got like the main king at that point in time or however that goes, you know, like the highest guy possible. And he's like, hey, by the way, I had this cool idea. Like, let's just paint some fucking people flying around.
Actually,
you know what I mean? Like, no.
Completely screw with people that are going to
Yeah.
be looking at this thousands of years from now.
It's just like
I mean, I would, but
3
you know,
days ago, I was watching the thing on Da Vinci's paintings and how like there's supposed to be codes in all his paintings or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they made movies.
I mean,
about
it's like
it. The
yeah.
angels and demons and
Yeah,
Something
it's
else.
just
What was the
crazy.
other one?
And then like his paintings
it's
are
literally
selling.
called the Da Vinci Code.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Right, angels and demons.
But
is
this-
the second one though, right?
I wasn't watching
The
that
last
fucking-
one
But it
is
wasn't
I wasn't
fucking
watching the
stupid.
movie. I was watching.
It's
Talking
literally
about- yeah.
called Da Vinci Code.
But you know, they were this. You know, one of his paintings sold for $400 million.
Dude, he was like the smartest person that ever lived when
Yeah.
when he was here. Like, you know what I mean? Mind blowing.
And there was like something where he like went
all his
into a cave.
inventions, I thought, were his greatest.
he do a
gift.
lot of
oh yeah, definitely.
He went into like a cave and disappeared for like a while. Like there's 2 years of his life that no one, he just vanished off 2 years.
there's
They
2
knows
years
what
that are
happened to
like
him.
totally unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that like he made like a lot of like very ridiculous puzzles? Correct.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
like-
would he taught himself to write like backwards. So the only way you could read it was if you like read it through a mirror.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how all his notes were written. Like so
That's
that way
fucked up.
people couldn't
I mean, it's not
take
like,
his work.
well, and you didn't have very like easy access to a mirror back then.
No,
probably.
yeah.
I wasn't paying attention too much, but there was like some paintings that he had. He has a bunch of unfinished paintings,
Yeah.
and there's like he actually like sketched before what he was gonna paint, and they used like some kind of technology where they could bring up the lighting of his
Like what it was going to be before.
because it's
yeah.
so old, you know.
Yeah. Kind of like
And, like,
pencil,
they-
like a
Yeah,
stencil
yeah,
of it.
yeah. And then they could bring it up, and they're like talking about all the crazy shit that he had there. I don't.
Wasn't
you know,
there
I
one that he drew that there was like a UFO in one of them or something like that? Or is that a completely different thing?
There's several
so, yeah,
paintings
I
of
don't
like
know.
UFOs painted in them.
And they're I mean
Is there
they're in
one
the
in Starry
background. They're
Night?
always in the background
Yeah.
and
Wasn't Starry
but it's
Night
always
one
like
of them?
like of some like religious significance. Like that's what the painting is of. But it always seems like there's a UFO in the background or something.
Well, and it's
But it
Or
could
the
also
one, is the
be-
one you're thinking of where you can actually see a guy in the background on the hill, like even looking up at him?
yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I
I
think that's what I'm
would-
thinking of.
Ah,
I can't think of what the name of it is though. I mean, honestly
I'm
though,
rusty.
when I know when you start playing into the kind of older scriptures and like paintings and like the religious aspect of stuff like that, and now that our brains are a little bit more like on a higher tread, knowing that
You know what's
yes,
crazy?
that's exactly what I was thinking of. Here, let me see that.
I don't know what the name.
You know
of it
what's
is.
also crazy? It also could just be a fucking
If you
crazy dude that's
find
just
a-
fucking painting crazy shit too. You know what I mean?
That's not
Can-
going to look very
if you
good.
wanted-
you
I
can
mean-
see the guy behind her shoulder looking up at it. There's a
Yeah.
guy standing on the cliff. Like,
Yeah, right here.
looking up at it.
He's right there, and then they've like, why would you physically paint this into a Renaissance painting? I mean, that's like 1700s, or no, even earlier, 15s probably, right? Somewhere around there.
Whenever it was, there shouldn't have been anything floating or
Nothing
flying in the sky.
flies
shouldn't
at
have been
that point in
flying, yeah.
time. You're not painting Mona Lisa with a alien in the background. Which in it, honestly, like I can't remember this document. And me and you talked about this recently. It was a documentary that's on Amazon that you said you hadn't watched, and I watched the other night, and it was like talking about it. Like breaks off first thing. I guarantee you've seen it, Blake. It's like breaking off straight into religion about like how religion and like aliens are very connected because there's a lot of the symbolism. It's like
The first ever like religious story is about like creatures from
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
It's the first ever religious story that was written down
yeah,
by the ancient Sumerians was about something from space.
Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki
yeah,
coming down and teaching the ways of life
yeah.
to these people.
And then they pretty
So-
much just turn them.
Bread with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, break bread.
Oh, like
I know. I'm
Yeah, they probably did that, but they
like
know anything about
sex.
it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
wiener
Or
stuff.
I don't know how it happened with that, but yeah.
like wiener stuff.
yeah. It's,
That's the first one ever.
I feel like that if that's still a thing and like aliens have came down and bred with human beings, there's gotta been a couple times where it was like a fuck up. Like there was like one group that came down and was like, shit, like we shouldn't have fucking bred with
It's
those.
the power of the pussy.
And I honestly
real.
think if that ever fucked up first, it was the people from the wonderful whites of West Virginia. Have you ever watched that documentary?
Oh yeah. Like a bunch of times.
Oh my god! I just watched it today. Actually,
Did you
that's why I
really?
thought of that. Me and Trevor Finn were watching it earlier.
Cassie had never seen it. I showed it to her. She was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think there's a funnier part in. I mean, it's not technically a movie, but I call it a movie. It's got to be fucking just science fiction. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to think that
Yeah.
people are like that. But when she is standing or in the Taco Bell line, dude, CBS took her baby. They took her.
She's crying.
She's crying.
No, her. She's crying.
If you people out there haven't watched The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, please do.
Yeah.
It's fucking gorgeous.
It's whatever. It's like an hour.
Oh yeah. Well, fuck, it's pretty close. Hour and a half.
Yeah.
But
the
if you're
wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia.
If you're ever feeling fucking low and like, man, I'm a piece of shit today, kick that motherfucking documentary on, and you are gonna feel like a giant
You'll
in
feel
your life.
way better.
Say my ass ducker, babe. You guys don't have fajitas? Or she's like asking, she's like, I want a quesadilla with steak and cheese, only steak and cheese.
She goes, we don't have the fiesta.
Yeah.
She goes, you ain't got fiestas?
Or no, he goes, we don't have fajitas, and she
Fajitas.
goes, you don't have fiestas.
You don't got no fiestas.
Well, you got them on your menu if you don't have them. I mean, it's just crazy to think that human beings are to that point. I honestly like shit like
it's
that.
kind of like I felt with Tiger King.
Those are the motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the motherfuckers rushing the Capitol.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, like maybe a step
Right.
up. Maybe one step up from
Yeah,
that.
maybe one genetic step up, dude. I don't know.
You know what I always think about whenever the Sumerian thing gets brought up, like the Anunnaki coming down and mingling with the Earth people.
Yeah.
It always makes me think of John Frum Day. Have you heard of John
Please
Frum
explain.
Day?
I've never
Have
heard
I
of
talked to
this.
you about this?
No. I don't
So-
know John Frum Day.
I'll probably butcher this, so I'm going to make it as short as possible.
That's all we do here on this show, by the way.
But none of this is scientifically
Just
accurate.
butcher
We are
shit.
just
We don't
a
know
bunch of
goddamn
buddies
thing.
standing around
There's
talking
an
shit.
there's
but-
an island, obviously out in the middle of nowhere, and during World War II, we had to land planes on this island and basically built a makeshift runway / refueling station. These bombers would land on this island. We'd fuel them up. We'd load them up. We essentially showed up one night, and we immediately started building a military base. And boom, we're in the middle of the war. Well, when we landed on this island,
Sounds about right.
yeah, when we landed on this island, there was an indigenous people there who had never seen modern day technology.
You have told me this now. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you're bringing this up because I was getting ready to bring this up, but
Finish.
I didn't know the.
Yeah. Finish
John
this.
Frum Day.
This is
Yeah,
cool.
go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you remember? It was in the South Pacific. I just don't remember what
I don't know
the name
the
of the
details.
island.
Was it like
Shit.
wasn't it like pygmies? Wasn't that right before we actually found pygmies? Was
I don't
that-
know.
Or something. I mean, it was one of those indigenous
Probably.
groups. Anyways.
Yeah, so they land and these people freak out and like run into the woods, but they're watching from a distance. And, imagine if you'd never seen anything electronic before, anything gas powered. You are literally starting fire with stones and sticks. You're killing your animals and skinning them for your clothes. You know nothing. You've never seen candy bars, chewing gum.
I mean, you have your
lighters,
own language.
knives.
Yeah.
Are
Right.
these the same people that? Because what I was going to bring up was they had like a helicopter fly over this island, and they started shooting bow and arrows at the helicopter because they didn't know.
Oh, I'm sure that happens or has happened
Well,
a lot.
Well, they flew in and they were like, they didn't know what the.
I've
It's
always
just like
wanted
UFO to them. They never seen. They were
Yeah.
shooting, and
I've
then
always
they
wanted
had
to-
to abandon. And when they got back, they had like 20 arrows in their bottom of the.
It's probably
Helicopter.
similar,
How
but this
funny
one
would
was
it be to sneak in there and like tranquilize one of those people?
Well, wasn't the
bring him to New York City and like set him in the middle of friggin' Times Square on
Jesus
New Year's
Christ,
Eve?
dude.
Just watch him
Was
wake
it-
up and they'd be like,
Wasn't there a
"What?"
video that the dude, a guy, their boat capsized and he swam to the thorn, and they had a video of him. They drugged this dude and they beheaded him. Wasn't there a video
What?
of this?
Where do you find these videos?
I
Twitter.
swear,
Guaranteed
I don't-
Twitter.
No, yeah, I was on. I don't know, but I think there was a video where these dudes like
I know that
one
there
guy
was-
got lost. There's two guys or whatever, and the guy got capsized, and he was videotaped, and these people found him on the beach, and all these people that they'd never seen. They drug him up,
Indigenous.
and they end up just
I haven't seen that one.
he
I'll
kept,
have to
I
find
don't
that
know.
one.
Maybe I dreamed this, but I
That's-
swear to God, there's a
I
video
hope
of
to
this shit.
fucking God.
No,
you
I
didn't
think-
dream
I
it.
think-
Primitive humans.
I wish you had something to look this up right now because I swear there's a video of this.
Oh no!
I mean, you have a
I'm
cell
because it was
phone in your
because
pocket.
it was all. No, I don't. But I got one right here.
Well, luckily in
I'll
the
look it up.
South Pacific, these guys landed on a peaceful people's land.
And
They watch. Okay, so they watch from the woods, and eventually they come out and start mingling with the soldiers. And to kind of skip ahead, that's why they ended up with John Frum, because back then most people's name were John, probably still is to this day. So as they were introducing themselves to these people, they would say, "Hi, I'm Denton from Carmi. Hi, I'm John from Alabama. Hi, I'm Skylar from wherever. Hi, I'm John from Tennessee." Most people were named John, so that they kind of took on the nickname. We were just all Johns, essentially. Well, we gave them chewing gum, candy bars. We showed them what a knife looked like, and hung out with them for God knows how long. And then all of a sudden the war's over. We pack up ship, and boom, away we go. Well, I guess 15, 20 years later, these two guys are like, wonder whatever happened to those people in the South Pacific on that island. We landed, hung out with them for God knows how long, taught them all kinds of crazy stuff, and then we left. So they decided to get an expedition and go back. So when they go back, these people had created like statues of our airplanes, and every year would have like a festival where they dress up like U.S. soldiers. Some of them went even through the trouble of tattooing USA on their shoulders and stuff, and they'd march around. They would drag this plane down a runway to signify these gods landing on.
They came and brought them knowledge.
Yeah, and it's what's called a cargo cult. So these people loved all the stuff we were giving them and teaching them, and then we just left.
Yeah.
And they thought we were God. They had to explain to them that when the planes would land, they started like coming out and sacrificing pigs and stuff. So they had to explain to them that this metal bird was, it was an airplane. Pop the hood, had to show them like the engine works. It's not a creature. It's not mad.
Right.
When it lands and it's making all this noise, it's not mad at you. It's just noisy.
And that's like recent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
as far as we're concerned, that's very recent.
Yeah, I mean, these guys saw something they couldn't explain, so they essentially, and still to this day, celebrate John Frum Day. It's now part of their culture. So if I'm the Sumerians and highly advanced species comes down and starts messing with me, well, yeah, I'm going to create an entire religion out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we're going to start building fucking pyramids.
that's just like evidence that shows like that's what would happen. You know what I mean? It's not just a made up story out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's always things can be made up in most stories when it comes to things like that, but there's usually something pretty heavy in it that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, always happened.
People are confused.
Well, why?
They have no idea what they're seeing. That's a perfect example.
So what was that? Go ahead and read that. Read it out loud. Somebody.
Well, that's what he was talking about. That's the guy you were talking about earlier, right? They got.
I think there was another one too. There was like a couple of them.
Oh, is this?
He was talking about the guy that got beheaded
or something. I don't know.
Is this the dude where they told him like, hey, you can't go to that island? Like they don't.
Yeah, maybe
they don't accept outsiders. And he was like, no, I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
And he hopped on the island. They just shot him to death with arrows. And then
I think that was it.
And people were like, you need to do something. Like, no, we don't. We told him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get on that island, they're going to shoot you with arrows.
I think that's what I didn't have the facts right, but that's what I was trying to go at. Like, random motherfucker shows up. This dude's an alien.
As Denton would say, that's a fucking millennial for you.
Right.
Or whatever they are.
There was a couple stories there that I've seen that's like, whatever.
Well, our ancestors have spent a lot of time in back-breaking labor. I mean, building things, painting things, sculpting things, and we always chalk it up to just their imagination. You don't spend all that time like
just because in my head I think they're no it's you're gonna if you're gonna spend a year building something, it's gonna be have some significance to you, something that you want other people to be able to see and understand.
Yeah, you're not just making something for fun.
Yeah. Well, take the little flyers. There's some I guess lost civilization that used to live in Peru that made these little carvings that are now aerodynamic today. They had wings, fuselages, tails, and we were like, oh, that was their imagination. They were making birds. But all these things look identical to a modern day plane.
When they don't look like birds.
No,
You
they
know
look
what I
like
mean?
airplanes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they're aerodynamic.
Yeah.
How do you know something's aerodynamic back then?
Right.
You know what I
Unless
mean?
if you had seen something that was.
The word aerodynamic isn't even fucking real. I mean,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you even know what that even means? Nothing pops up remotely close for thousands of years that is considered aerodynamic. It's fucked up.
Because something came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something taught them
I
that.
think they've been here. They're
Still here.
still here frequently, and they'll always come here. The question is, why in the hell haven't they just landed and say, "We're here"?
I don't think they're allowed to.
Probably because of
They might have.
they're watching, and then
You know how many-
they see that our leaders are going to change in this country, and what do? Well, there's a bunch of people that storm the fucking Capitol and kick the goddamn door in, and they're like, who knows what would happen?
Yeah.
And they're probably thinking we don't want to get violent with them, like we don't want to start any of that, like
I've
maybe
always
just be
thought-
secret. I don't know.
I've always thought maybe this is a really messed up idea.
Oh, I love this. Get closer to the
Here we
mic for this
go.
one.
I've
go.
always thought if you were an extremely old, advanced, knowledgeable civilization, and you had the ability to travel the stars from galaxy to galaxy, anywhere you wanted to go in the universe, you had the ability to do that. And if the universe is teeming with life, and I mean civilizations in all, some that are only 20 years old, some that have been in a civilization for 2,500 years, some that have been in a civilization all over the place. If you ran across one that at the time couldn't teach you anything, like there's no way right now if the Tic Tac UFO, if that was piloted by an alien, there's no way Earthlings can teach that thing anything.
No.
It knows more than we know.
Yeah. We're gum on its
We're
shoe.
cavemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why make yourself known and then teach them what you know? Why not just stop back every couple hundred years and maybe we stumble onto something that they haven't figured out yet?
Yeah.
That would be a perfect reason to travel the stars, run into civilizations that are less than you, and you stay out of their way because eventually that's why. So all the UFOs that show up around our nuclear launch sites. I mean, we don't have to. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
they're
common.
always there. Yeah.
What if they have no idea about nuclear capabilities? All their stuff, they haven't even. We never thought about nuclear.
Well, and there's no reason for them to, probably, if they're already altering gravity and like time
but
and space.
maybe there's some sort of application for that technology, and they're like, well, hell, don't mess with them. Let's just
See what
study
they
it and
do.
see what they do, because we don't understand this shit at all.
Let them blow it up. Pretty much. Let them fuck up.
That's only one theory I've come up with as to why they haven't just landed and say hi.
Well, and
Greetings.
To take on to your theory of that, I don't know if you guys saw this, but when they released the CIA documents saying that Nikola Tesla was a like from Venus.
Oh God.
It's like a literal CIA
Like they looked into it.
No, this is a physical. It's been, how they have that act where it's like after 40 years they have to declassify like all the like whatever the fuck it's called. Like they did the same shit with like the JFK assassination and all that. There's a CIA document that just came out. I think this year. I might be wrong. It was
That
definitely
said he was
last
an
year.
alien.
Did they
literally-
investigated
it
him?
I bet they
physically-
fired whoever wrote that memo.
It physically says, like, typed up in this damn 400-page document that Nikola Tesla in 19 blah 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 or 18 or whatever it was a resident of the planet Venus, word for word, which is fucking weird. And I even looked it up, and you can find it. I'd have to look in my bookmarks, but I saved it just in case like some fucky shit went on. But it's on CIA's website, like their .org or .gov website. You can find all
This
these
was
declassified.
probably when the CIA was studying the effects of acid on people or something.
The MK Ultras.
Yeah, that's real too. That's
MK
super
Ultra.
messed up.
Yeah, but so I think on your ploy,
It's a whole nother story right
yeah,
there.
Yeah,
MK
that's
Ultra's
whole
fucked
nother
up.
episode.
Great.
Charles
Although,
Manson was in
God,
MK Ultra.
dude.
Although Travis Walton
Big time.
Read the
said
book.
that there were completely human-looking people on the craft he was abducted on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
until today, until this morning, that was the only story I've ever heard of a human being telling. Basically,
saying it was humans.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Until my bug spray guy showed up this morning.
Wait, what? Oh God, your bug spray guy.
I'm not going to name any names or name the company, but the guy that sprays for bugs at my house
Uh-huh.
and at Gotzi's told me that he was in Galatia. He said it was in 19, what did he say? It was 1970 something. 78. Because I remember I was almost going to say I was -3.
This motherfucker has been huffing bug spray fumes too much. But anyways, before I even hear the story, that's all I thought of. But go ahead.
1978, he's in Galatia. He's playing in a band. His an acquaintance, he said, wasn't really good friends, but his acquaintance called and said, I'm having this party at a barn. Is there any way you guys can come play? They agreed to it. He goes to the barn. He's setting up his stuff. He decides to go out and take a piss. And according to him, this white canoe-shaped craft, and when we said that, I started like quizzing him about the Tic Tac. I was like, are you sure it wasn't like a pill shape? He's like, no, it looked like a big boat, pointy on each end, and it had 5 circular windows, and it come from literally out of the atmosphere and zoom down to about 30 feet. And
30.
it was just right above the ground. He said I could look up. It was close enough. He said I could look up, and inside of all 5 of those windows was a human. It wasn't an alien. It was a human.
And this is in the 70s?
Yep.
Oh,
And
that's
he
acid.
said, yeah. They were looking out the
Good
window
acid.
at me.
That's some of that Grateful
that
Dead
was-
Looking out the
acid
window
shit.
at me, and then shoo.
And this
He
is
said-
like in
He said it made a
15
hissing noise like a semi does when it releases
the
its
brakes?
air. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before it took back off.
It was totally acid.
That
This
sounds
guy
like
was in
some
a
of that-
band in 1977.
Yeah, dude, that's some Grateful Dead
Right.
acid
Yeah.
for sure.
So he's on
Driving that train high on cocaine.
him and
Obviously, because the motherfucker's spraying bugs now.
Oh, yeah,
Him and-
no, he's fried
Yeah.
completely.
him and Travis Walton are the only 2 people I know that have claimed they've seen humans
So-
inside of an alien spacecraft.
But first, I mean, I've went deep into this Travis Walton thing. Okay, and he says that like at first when he first like come to or whatever in the craft or in the medical like room or whatever he was at, he saw, like things that clearly weren't human, and he freaked out. Like he got scared. So I
Tried
think
to fight him.
yeah, he tried to fight him off. He was trying to go, and so I thought maybe was there some kind of like mind control, or
I mean,
could they manipulate what he was seeing with who knows what, anything to
Well,
make a being that he is comfortable with,
Right.
to ease
Like the
him.
T2,
Or like
the
a
Terminator.
or like a-
Terminator 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
They
like
have
a
the
taco.
technology to, okay, we have this robot, but we can make this thing look like anything.
Anything. Yeah.
Or like-
Send those things in to try
Yeah.
to calm him down.
Yeah.
Or like on South Park when he changes into a taco that shits ice cream.
Yes.
I had to refer to that.
Exactly like
what
that.
what will please you? Should I change to a taco that shits ice cream? But I mean, on that though, think about what we can do. We do these deep fakes now, where you can have somebody literally talking and dub their face and their voice, no problem.
Yeah.
You know why I hate that? We can already not believe what we're hearing,
Yeah.
and in 10 years, we're not going to be able to believe what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Oh, not even 10 years. We're there, baby.
You could have a video of Trump just absolutely.
People
making
were
fun of
saying-
every race on planet Earth, put on TV, and everybody believes.
People were saying in my favorite group on Reddit, the conspiracy page on Reddit. I love it. Oh my god, I get on there every day. I have like 400 screenshots that I wanted to go through for this whole show. But people were saying that video he put on Twitter, with all this riot stuff going on, when he like
Green screen?
tried to, no, it was deep faked. They said that you can see his eyes. Like there's a spot. I watched the video where they like fucking like break it down, because I even know this. And they even taught us this in school. Like right when I was getting out of school was when this deep fake stuff started. And there's a program on Adobe that you can put videos in, and you can it pretty much infrareds a video or a picture showing you if there's been any manipulation. So the reason they make that program is if, say, me being a graphic designer and someone sends me a group project and I need to edit like a wedding photo, I already know where they'd started editing. So then I can kind of take, I can
It's
continue.
like a relay race.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna grab the baton. And
Exactly.
take off.
So that's what they made that program for. But now people are using it to find photoshopped, if Kim Kardashian's ass is real or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that. But
Yeah.
oh God. but so they've been using them on some of these videos and stuff, and they keep firing. And what it does, it literally almost puts like an infrared. It'll show around certain spots. And there was a point in that video where he blinks, and on what they've noticed now recently on these deep fakes is the eyes are the problem. Usually as long as you stay straight, like not turning your head left and right, then it doesn't really shift or anything off of the face. But his eyes, he blinked, and the eyebrows, when he blinked, the eyebrows of supposedly whoever it was showed up where his eye level was, like just for like half a second,
Right.
like real quick. And modern
Let me
day,
guess, they're saying he's dead.
no, I don't really know if they had like a conclusion on it. I think that they're saying that it's kind of like him conceding. Like everybody's like, he didn't fucking concede. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to concede. He's not going to tell those motherfuckers to go home either. Because I also saw another video where supposedly they were having a watch party, his whole family, and his son posted it on like that Parlor or whatever it is, he like posted a video of them having like this watch party of like the news with everybody rioting. He like I saw the video. He like did a selfie, like a 14-second selfie, and he was like, keep doing what you guys are doing. This is great. And he like put it on that Parlor thing, and then they took it down like 2 minutes after it'd been released, but people screenshotted it and like recorded it.
Parlor did?
No, like other people.
Oh.
He took it down himself, supposedly. But yeah, I saw the legitimate video of like Trump and his wife and like the daughter and the son, and they were literally having a watch party of people breaking into the fucking. It's crazy.
I kind of did too. I couldn't wait to get to a TV and watch it.
I mean, we came
Although
up here
I
and
did.
watched a little bit.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I did too. It's nuts. I mean, it's the new. God, this is about to
outrage
sound
is the
fucking-
new norm.
Well, this is gonna sound fucking awful, but it's the truth. This is our new 9/11, something like that. I mean, it's not as intense, but it's something that everybody's gonna always remember. You know what I mean?
The Capitol building getting stormed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you would never think that that's a thing. Like, oh yeah, you're saying you rushed the Capitol? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
10 days ago, we're gonna fucking rush the Capitol.
Like, yeah,
good
go ahead.
fucking luck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they did.
You
And
know,
they set Nancy
I'm-
fucking Pelosi's office with his feet up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm more pissed about Area 51 not getting raided.
Dude, that
So,
was a bunch
hey,
of
I would have
dweebs.
loved if they'd have made it into that.
But how
Motherfuckers
crazy,
didn't even make it past the gate.
Dude, it's
Oh,
a bunch
I
of
know.
fucking
Shit.
dweebs, too.
They should have
dude,
sent
like,
the MAGA people in there.
Yeah.
They'd have got in that bitch.
They would have
wouldn't
made it.
Antifa
They
would
made
have
it
made
into
it.
the Capitol.
Motherfuckers.
Antifa would have made it. God damn it.
But wasn't that like right before like all the COVID shit happened?
Area 51. Oh, God, are you opening something up here?
It was when what
Just
was it?
saying.
It was last or
It was 2019.
2019 in
Like
the fall.
there's definitely some shit out
It
there
was-
that people say that people made it in.
Really?
That it happened and people made it in.
You know.
And that's and like I
Oh,
mean,
so now we release
what
a
was-
virus to
what-
cover it up.
what was the date like that they were supposed to rush it? It was,
Oh, yeah, they had a Facebook group.
You know what I mean? Like there was a date, and it's weird that it's
something
like
21st something. For some reason, it's
yeah,
21
it's
think you're right.
super twisted though.
It's
Like-
2019
Like, I haven't gone that far into it because
It
I was
called
like
Storm
whatever.
Area 51.
Yeah, and it was like, it was one of those things where you're like, okay, yeah, it kind of
September
lines up.
20th, 2019.
Dude, and you realize, though, that now the CDC has said that COVID has been in the United States since, like, I'm going to fuck this up, but I think they said October. They said they went to Blue Cross. No, is it Blue Cross? No, that's an insurance company. Red Cross.
Yeah,
And they did tests on blood samples that were taken back in the start of October and late September, and there was COVID antibodies in it.
I'm
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's
I
been
hope
around
they
for a
released that,
while.
like-
I've been saying that from day
Oh,
one.
I guarantee. I know I had that motherfucker early. I really do. I really think. I
mean,
had
I
it
know,
super early.
I know, like when it all first came out, people were like, yeah, I had those symptoms like in fucking January.
Dude, I did bad. Mine was early February. I was down for like 2 weeks. I went to the doctor and everything. They did a strep test and a flu test, and they told me I had a virus, and they gave me a Z-Pack. And after I took the Z-Pack, I was fine. It was weird, but it was definitely February, and then here comes March and May when all this is like for real, and China finally gave it to us. I mean, yeah, they probably did, but it was way earlier.
Yeah.
Fucking Randy.
There was a couple of
Fucking
scientists.
Randy.
There was a couple of scientists I remember watching. They had a video, and this was out in like when did we February? I don't remember when we found out about this COVID crap, but I think I watched this video in February, and they were saying that they've spent their whole lives like studying how viruses move and travel and stuff, and one of their biggest tools they use is satellite images of hospital parking lots.
Whoa,
So-
really?
So they can see how many cars are in hospital parking lots, at various times.
I never thought of that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was genius, really.
Yeah.
And in September of 2019, in and all around Wuhan, every parking spot was full.
In September.
So if we didn't shut down flights until 2020, and this thing had already hit Wuhan, it was here long ago.
And the whole bat thing, go fuck yourself. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
I love you guys out there that's
Ozzy
listening, but
Osbourne's
if you believe, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne was eating bats back in the 80s, dude.
Right.
Oh, nobody's ever ate a bat before. Fuck you. It's not a bat. This was not transferred from a bat. They already talked about it. They said for it to go from species to species is different when it comes to an animal. When it comes to different bat species to transfer their own kind of diseases, it's pretty common. But for it to go from a human to a species that is as low of DNA as bat, they said that it would have to be manipulated like almost 800
Right.
times.
Well, and then for a virus to go like
contracted.
from like like a bat to a human,
Yeah.
like that takes a long time for it to
Long
evolve that. Okay. And then once it can go to a human, to be able to like spread
Yeah.
from human to human, that takes a long
That's
time.
even longer
Yeah,
than it
that's
takes
that's
to,
huge for it to learn that. You know what I mean? It's evolution. It takes a while.
yeah.
And
Well,
the fact that they say that it did that basically immediately
yeah.
is absurd.
And that's why they tried to throw this whole, we've never seen this before. It's so crazy. Everybody go inside, hide yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't talk to your
How dare
family.
us blame China in the labs?
I mean, it's crazy. Honestly, it is. I mean, it's real. It's a real thing. Obviously, COVID's happening,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but it's not natural. And I think we can,
No.
especially now, damn near a year in. I mean, let's call it a year in. Pretty close. I think we all fucking realize that something fishy's going on.
Definitely. It's like that. What was that video? What was that video? What was that called?
Planet Lockdown.
Planet Lockdown.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You're the only one that watched it.
Oh man.
Didn't watch a little bit.
I watched like 25 minutes.
Andy
of
didn't
it.
watch any of it. I gave him fucking homework and he didn't watch any of it.
Nah.
Real piece of shit. But it's scary. That's the
Busy,
scariest
yeah.
video I've
How
ever
are you
seen
going to
in
have
my life.
garage sales without cash?
No, that's what. Yeah. Well, you would just.
It's
you would.
in the
you-
video.
It would, yeah. You would just. I would just transfer it to you.
But there's a record of that.
Exactly.
So you-
That's
I mean,
what they
you're-
want.
you're
That's
gonna-
what's wanted.
Yeah,
they
you're
want. They want every single thing.
You're going to
that
be
you
paying
could-
taxes at garage sales. If your buddy
Yeah.
wants to sell you something he built for you and you're paying him for it, you'll end up paying tax on that.
Aren't you technically still
Um,
paying taxes when you have cash on you anyways, though, if you think about it in the long run?
Yeah. I mean, person to person, I don't know if.
Well, barter.
Oh, these
Yeah.
We're gonna
Well,
barter.
no. Well, it would be.
We'll get
I mean,
down
it would
to
be
the
the
point where
same
we'll
way
barter.
that.
Areas like this, and if it comes to the point where we lose
Be the same
cash
way
and
like
coins,
you Venmo someone. Like,
yeah. But if it comes to the point where we're cashless, like physically, like literally no money whatsoever, like we don't have physical money, We would barter. Tell me an area like this would not just barter. You know how many fucking motherfuckers around here are like, come get them.
Yeah.
You want to take my guns? Come get them. You don't think that if they take the fucking money out of the play, you know what I mean? Oh, we're fucking taking chickens for goats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to happen around here. In a lot of areas, too.
I think that's probably what we should be doing anyway.
I think so, too. I think we should talk to some elected officials in this area and tell them just,
Get rid of money.
Let's build our own wall.
Get rid of money.
Let's block this shit in, dude. Let's just be like a Red Dawn kind of situation.
Money would be fine if it was like based on something. Our money
it's
isn't based on anything.
Nothing's backed.
That's the problem with it.
Fucking junk. All it is
faith. It's based on faith.
Hell yeah.
This is worth this much of this paper.
It's just fake,
It ain't
man.
based on gold.
No,
Nope, not anymore.
Hadn't been in a long fucking time. And it's scary. It's scary that it's the root of all evil, but yet it has nothing to do with anything. I mean, it's like you said,
Man, I sure would like to have a lot of it.
right?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with what you said. I'm saying that's
the issue.
problem. We all just want it.
If you didn't depend on it, then nobody would care about it.
Exactly.
But you have to depend on it because they make you depend on it. No one wants physical money.
No, nobody wants the paper. They want what it represents.
Exactly. And the only reason it represents something is because it's been told that.
Add this to your notes.
Oh, God.
Michael Tellinger. He has a plan for how humans can live without currency, without having money. What is the name of it?
That was
Yeah.
Michael Tellinger for you guys out
Yeah,
there, too.
I'll find it.
Michael Tellinger.
What would we do without money, though? I mean, it's just like I think it's your boy Notorious B.I.G. You say you don't want to live with it, but I'd love to see you live without it.
You can't.
Well, actually, to go back to the Sumerians, according to them, that this is how money even started. Money started in the Sumeria. The first form
The
of
first
money.
like coin and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, their story is that the Anunnaki had them mining for gold.
And that's what they like represented as value.
Yeah.
Because before they were just like trading like, hell,
yeah,
you want this
barter,
or that?
like we should have been.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like, man.
And then they saw that as value because they're like,
Yeah.
why are these people why do they want this?
Who
Which
yeah, they're like,
gold
okay, this is value.
one of the greatest materials you can use in outer space.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think was why they would have them mining for gold.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
humans didn't understand that.
Well, and I hope to God that the aliens don't come because that's what we'll be doing.
Oh,
We'll be mining gold, and that's all we're doing. You either mine gold or you die. Because gold is probably fuel. Let's be honest. Or
Well,
some material that we have here on planet Earth,
it's
like
one of
a
the greatest
nickel
things you
or
can use to last in outer space. Gold in outer space will last very long. It's what
Yeah.
we made the records on the Voyagers out of.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll probably be just moles and just mine our own Earth if they let us live. If they do come, if they're bad, if they're like, you know what, it's about time. Fuck these. They keep rushing their own
Supposedly
capital.
that's why they left.
Do you
though,
like
because
alien
they
movies?
Got most of it.
Yeah.
I've seen all.
So,
I've seen all of
what is your favorite alien movie that has bad aliens in it?
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Third kind?
Third kind, yeah, sorry.
Well, I wouldn't call them bad aliens,
No, those
though.
weren't necessarily
Oh,
bad.
totally.
Yeah, they're good aliens.
Oh, they were. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm confused.
You're thinking of probably the fifth kind.
Yeah, those are the ones that, like, was
Where
abducting that
this
dude.
was about in Alaska, took place in Nome, Alaska.
Oh,
Those-
that's the one
that's
where they were
called-
playing the
those-
fucking piano and all that shit. And it was
No,
like,
you're talking about they just call it the
Fourth
fourth kind. It's
Fourth
the
kind.
fourth kind of like possession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
one's-
twisted up
That's
movie.
the movie.
I
I'm
like
talking
That's
of.
pretty. That's a good one.
Yeah,
if
that's
you haven't
a
seen that, you need to
solid one.
watch that.
Yeah. The Fourth
who's in
Kind
that?
is what it's called, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I'm
Mia
talking of.
Jovovich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close Encounters with the Third Kind is the one where
That's
they're
the
like
old
playing
one.
fucking piano.
Yeah,
right?
that
They're
one's
like,
dumb.
"Dee-doo-doo,
It's
beep-beep-boop."
old.
It's got Richard Dreyfuss in it.
Yeah.
I will say a newer one that is that I liked a lot. Can't think of the name of it now. After we sit here and bullshit it. It's got the girl, a ginger girl from
Arrival.
Yes. God damn it, that's a good movie.
That's
dude.
a good one.
See, I wouldn't call them bad aliens.
They
either.
weren't necessarily bad.
No, not
Um,
really. They were like all the way till the end. In our eyes, you know what I mean? Like everyone was scared and
right.
like
And they were just trying to teach us language.
Yeah.
Different kind of language.
Yeah,
that was a cool ass movie though.
that was a good one. I don't
My
know, like
favorite
bad.
with bad aliens is probably the new War of the Worlds, and I hate to say it with Tom Cruise.
God damn it, that's a fucking sick movie, dude.
I liked
love
that one.
I'll tell you right now, the
the
only
notion
reason
that they were already here, the vessels were already in the ground.
They've been here.
Yeah.
For
And
how
they,
long?
they
And the-
shot the pilots down and lightning bolts into
Yes,
it. They come out of the
dude.
ground and just
that
tore
was
us up.
dude. I'll tell you right now, watching that movie for the first time in theaters and hearing that fucking noise, that
Yeah.
I think I might have physically shit my
I just
pants.
got goosebumps when you made that noise.
Yeah,
No
dude,
shit.
it was so cool.
Do you remember how the aliens were defeated at the end?
They die because of infection.
Yeah.
And
We
then
have
because-
been on this planet long enough to where we have earned
We've earned the right to be here. We've earned
We're
our
immune
immunity
to a lot of stuff
bacteria,
floating around.
viruses, things like that. Like that's
didn't they
why.
turn into roots?
Oh,
What?
Wasn't
No,
there
what-
like red roots
hey,
or
no.
something like that?
They just got sick. They all got sick and died.
Oh, that's right.
hey,
yeah.
you know what that ties into? Oh, maybe we should not wear a mask. So we're
we go.
immune to what we're.
It's true though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because that's what help. I mean, that's what help.
You're right.
Your body adjusted to all these physical
we have to get herd
diseases.
immunity.
You know what I
we
mean?
do.
You get immune to it. These aliens coming down, they're getting COVID. They're done.
Maybe that's why they.
Maybe that's why they released it, because the aliens are coming.
That's why they got this 180 days. Let us know because they're getting ready to drop it on us, dude.
maybe 180 days is when COVID will be done. Supposedly. Maybe we happen to.
I
and
hope it's
isn't it
sooner
weird
than
that the last 3 years have probably been the most sightings we've ever had in human history? From 2008
You
to
think it's because people are
2020.
bored and just like looking up?
I'm not even saying from.
But I
with
would
the
say that
lockdown.
people are looking up less
Because they're looking down at their phones.
because they're
Yeah,
looking down
they're-
at their phone.
Dude,
they're looking
yeah.
at Netflix. They're watching Amazon Prime.
You know what
They're
I
getting
got?
real-
Hey,
Thanks,
I
Jeff
haven't seen
Bezos.
one. I'm pissed. I haven't seen one.
I don't know.
Me
You
too.
remember the movie Signs?
Oh man, that is a classic.
I don't know why, but whenever they're watching the video, when the
In
alien-
Mexico?
when the alien
And he
walks
walks by?
by,
Oh my
gives
God.
me goosebumps every
Every
time.
time.
I don't know why. It's like
Scares
the
shit out of me.
most chilling thing. I'm like, oh
It looks
my
perfect.
God.
I swear to God, it looks perfect.
Yeah.
You know it's
Still-
coming
still
every
to this
time,
day.
and it freaks me out every time.
Yeah,
It
dude.
gives me cold chills. I
When
don't
you-
know why.
When they get the fucking towards the end when they got it all boarded up and he like reaches his fucking little hand.
God,
Oh my God, dude.
that movie's kind of
good.
that movie's a good movie.
That movie slaps, dude. That's a good movie. I love
Mel Gibson.
is it-
Doesn't that
have?
yeah, that has two of the craziest dudes. in it,
Joaquin
too.
fucking
Joaquin
Phoenix, dude.
and
Yes.
Mel Gibson.
back when he was
Yeah.
like a normal human, Joaquin back then.
He just
I
starts
love,
swinging at water.
What is it? Scary Movie 2 or 3? Which one is it that makes fun of signs?
Yeah,
And they
it's-
pee out of their fingers.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Dude,
yeah.
that one's fucking.
I
hilarious.
can't
love
remember
those.
the.
Swing away. And he's like beat the shit out of his daughter with the baseball bat with the
Yeah.
lights off. Dude, those movies need to come back because those were killer. Those scary movies were funny. The ones
mean,
that
for
made
what
fun
they
of
were,
everything.
yeah,
I mean, it's
they
not like
were.
they were
Yeah.
blockbusters by
No,
any
yeah,
means.
yeah. Don't expect any kind of enlightenment or anything like that from them.
It's weird that you mentioned that scene in that movie, Andy, because that's probably the one and only time I've ever like really jumped
Yeah,
watching
Yeah.
a movie.
especially one with
Dude,
aliens.
when he comes, I don't know, man. It's like
I
it's
wish we
creepy.
could show this video.
It's
We can
creepy
hear
when
it.
he comes by.
What is it?
This video popped up in my feed the other day. It's a couple years old.
Can you
But one-
tell me what it is? We can at least listen to it.
I don't know if I don't think it has any volume. It is a GoPro camera on
I want to see it.
a guy on a dirt bike, and it makes me think of Signs when I see it.
Of a guy on a dirt bike.
Yeah, they're riding through basically a woods, and one kid like
Oh shit! I just seen this shit the other day.
there's something laying in the crossroads enough to where this
Yeah.
guy slams on his brakes and wrecks his motorcycle because he didn't want to hit it, and this thing jumps up and takes off sprinting
No shit.
like a man, and it's fast.
Really?
Ends up darting off into the leaves. Now, is the video real? Who knows?
Dude, I just
I mean,
saw
could
this.
Could have it been like a
I
deer?
just
A
dude, no,
deer?
That's
no.
bipedal.
No, did they slow it down?
That thing
on
is
this video?
bipedal.
Because hang on, I think they might slow it because I just watched this video.
What's it
This
called
week.
on YouTube so we can?
I just watched it this week
What's it called on YouTube so we can tell people what to watch?
because it was kind of weird.
Yeah, what's the name of the video?
Should say it right there
It's
at
a-
top.
New ape-like creature
Say it in
with
the
human
mic.
features. That's all
New
I can say.
ape-like creature with human features. I mean, you could probably just search "new ape-like,"
And
pop up.
I typed in something like dirt bike. I forget what I
Right
searched.
there, he's running.
Alien dirt bike.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know. I figured
The comments are the funniest, though, because it looks like it's...
Who's here in 2020? I feel like every YouTube video I ever watch is like, who's still listening to this in 2020?
here we go, here we
Shit
go.
like that.
I don't know. It's really weird to watch because it looks like it's laying down in the middle of this dirt road. And as they're approaching it, this guy purposely wrecks his bike because he sees something and he doesn't want to hit it. And it stands up and takes off sprinting. They look back a couple times, make sure his buddies are going to follow him, and
Yeah.
then take off after it. And as they're rounding the corner, they catch it again, and it darts off like in this tall grass and is gone.
Really? I feel like that I want to watch this video, and I don't.
Right
If
here
there's
as
still more you want to talk about this,
It could be fake.
I
See the
want
guy
to
running?
segue this. This is a perfect segue.
When he fucking runs in.
Clear up the infield monster. Clear it up because Scooter destroyed it on episode 1.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. The guy's name was Henry McDaniel.
Okay.
There once was a man named McDaniel who spotted an unidentified animal.
You have the poem on your phone, right?
Yeah, do you want me to read it?
Yeah. So this is for people that listen to the first episode. My buddy Aaron Scooter Baker brought up the infield monster. Denton has some pretty decent ties to the infield monster.
Well, no,
actually.
not really. I'm just from Enfield, and I mean,
Well,
I've
yeah,
heard a lot of people tell this story.
You have a lot more fucking ties than Scooter and his lack of O2. So
Really, the only tie I have is this would be my mom and 2 other people in her class wrote this poem. I'm not going to name names just in case they don't. And this was right after all this infield monster crap happened.
yeah.
Should we talk about the infield monster first, or me just read the poem?
Well, so we kind of touched on it before, but Scooter was probably reading off a wiki. So
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe.
This
He
would have
doesn't even
been
know.
April 25th, 1973.
See, we already have more detail than what Scooter did.
That's a monster
In
to come on
infield.
the fucking.
This guy, essentially, this guy sees something at his front door. Pink eyes, 3 legs, could jump like 20 feet. Just the weirdest shit you ever heard. The sheriff at the time what was his name? I want to say Jim Clark. Yeah, Deputy Sheriff Jim Clark. Threatened to arrest him because, I mean, it like a lot of people just descended upon Enfield.
Yeah.
UFO investigators, hunters, Bigfoot searchers. I mean, just people from near and far. I had an aunt that lived in Texas that called up here and was like, what in the heck is going on in Enfield? I mean, it made national news.
It's crazy. Especially infield. I mean, population
But
of 400.
It's in a book. Can we name the name of books?
Yeah.
It's in a book called Weird Illinois by Troy Taylor, if you want to read about it.
It's probably on Jeff Bezos' website.
Yeah, you probably, yeah. But anyway, my mom and a couple of her buddies wrote this song, and it kind of tells the story, really.
I know. I love it.
Perfectly.
I wanted you to read it.
There once was a man named McDaniel who spotted an unidentified animal. It hopped 30 feet with a single bound. It left its tracks all over the ground. There was a scratch on the door, and to Henry's surprise, there staring at him were 2 pink eyes. Henry was frightened and ran for his gun. He shot at the beast, and boy did it run. He fired another and thought he had missed, but he knew he hadn't because it hissed. And this is in his police report. I mean, he
Oh, I
claims
know,
he
yeah.
shot it and it hissed.
I love this story so much. I feel like I'm going to talk about the
He-
info monster on every show. I
Yeah,
have.
you will.
He challenged the
from now.
dog to sick the beast, but even the dog knew it was too much of a feat. It happened. Oh, I can't hardly read this writing. I mean, I'm reading off cursive, right? This is the original.
Is it on parchment paper too?
It hopped through the
Wrote
bushes
that shit with a feather.
and over the sewer. Henry did the same, and the feet between them were fewer. He looked down the tracks as he come up.
It looks like you're riding it the
as
way
he
that
come up from the ditch, and said, "He's gone, that son of a gun."
I see what they did there. So is this poem in that book that you talked
No.
about? Oh, this is just your mom and
My
her friends.
uncle has this and took a picture of it and sent it to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Henry became famous far and wide. He told the tale in spite of his pride. So lives the legend of Henry's sight. It makes people afraid to sleep
Suck
at
dick
night.
at night.
Sleep at night.
Damn.
But yeah,
That would have been cooler.
he heard a scratch at his door. He opened the door, saw this creature. It took off. He grabbed his gun, fired at it, hit it, chased it. Neighbor kids saw it the next day. Some hunters came to town from somewhere in Indiana. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and they claimed to have seen it.
Really?
Fired at it.
Is old boy still alive?
Henry McDaniel?
Yeah.
No way.
Damn it. I really wanted him in
Hey
here.
Henry, you want to come on the show?
Oh,
would
that would be
fucking love
awesome.
it.
Yeah, the Infield Horror is the name of the story.
Wait, what?
In that book, the Infield Horror.
Oh, horror.
If you're
Sorry.
looking for it in Weird, Illinois,
It's
but
infield horror.
most people around Enfield know it as the Enfield Monster.
Oh, okay. I love it so much. I really want to know. I love how Scooter went out of nowhere and his
He
thought was it
somehow
was a kangaroo.
Brought up
It's
like
a fucking
kangaroos
kangaroo,
and
man.
like the fucking Barnum and Bailey circus train was
isn't
going
that
by.
isn't that true though?
Yeah,
they
there
say
was all kinds of theories of what it could have been.
I thought he was just fucking stupid when he said that. I was like, I've never heard him say
why
kangaroo.
would he think it had 3 legs? If
Because of
Could
tail.
have had a big, massive heart.
Well, I mean,
Oh my
Okay.
god, yeah.
it could,
Just a big fucking ape hanger.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
why
lot
it
of
hissed.
people that claim,
if it
and
was
I
a
don't know
kangaroo,
it.
though, it has a huge tail.
It didn't hiss, it pissed.
True,
That's
it would
why.
look 3-legged. Yeah.
Those some bitches can scoot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, a kangaroo would make sense because it could totally do what was it, a couple bounds? It was 300 yards away or something.
Yeah, and most people that want to debunk that story are like, yeah, but it hissed when he shot it. Hell, turtles hiss.
Yeah.
I hiss sometimes too.
Who knows what?
Give me-
Has anybody ever heard a fucking kangaroo when he shot it?
Right.
What the fuck's the noise is gonna make? I don't know.
One of
Yeah,
the
I
funniest
don't know.
videos I ever seen was the guy boxing the
pissed.
kangaroo.
Oh,
Boxed one? Oh,
dude, when
probably
he
got
when
his
it when
ass
it's
whipped.
when it's chasing the dog,
Yeah.
he's coming to see
He
the dog. He's like,
smokes
Oh,
that
he
kangaroo.
fucking, yeah, he
He
gives him
smokes
he
the
gives him a fucking uppercut, doesn't he?
Yeah.
that kangaroo didn't
stares-
want none too. He
Yeah.
fucking jetted.
That kangaroo stared at him like, oh, you fucking kid. It's like the first time a kangaroo's ever been hit. You know what I mean?
That
And
dude-
the dude
Yeah.
squared up with it for
That
a
dude
couple
was-
seconds.
He
That dude
jacked
was
it,
a bad motherfucker because he's like, well, I'm gonna go toe to toe with this kangaroo.
I
Punch him right-
I would not, dude. I don't
That kangaroo
fucks with
looked
any
at him.
animals that are close to my size. Definitely not bigger than me. No way.
Could you physically imagine fucking being in the moment where you have to either run or smack a kangaroo in the fucking face?
I would love it.
That
It
guy
would be crazy.
How
That-
funny
that
of a
right
story
there-
would that always be?
was that not? No, that's a Nazi for you right there, dude.
Oh, for
Australian,
sure, dude. He ain't scared
they
of
don't
a
give.
fucking
They don't
roo.
give a shit.
I ain't scared of a fucking roo.
There's spiders bigger than our freaking heads.
Well, this kangaroo,
Dude.
he was on a fool or something. He come up and this kangaroo had his dog down.
in
Yeah.
a headlock.
Yeah.
Had him in a headlock, and he's
That's
like,
crazy.
he came
You wanna pick up my
sprinting.
dog?
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
sprinting out there. He goes, whoa, man,
He didn't
punched
even-
him. That kangaroo just stood there and looked at him like,
fucking
"What the-
serious,
this dude just punched me?"
Yeah.
and then took off. Like he was ready to square up, and that kangaroo took off. He's lucky.
Good God, dude. It's so fucking funny. Well, I think that's a perfect time for us to go outside and look for kangaroos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard a scratch at the door.
I think I did too, actually. We need to go outside and check. We're gonna let our commercials while we go check for a kangaroo. Hopefully, you're still there listening.